guys doing today? Welcome everybody who's here. We're gonna be playing some Nido Tower again. Never played Nido Tower before, so it should be a first time experience. I'm joking. If you guys know me, I play Nido Tower a lot actually. It's two. Two is usually what I like on this game. Hello everyone, glad to have you. Hope you guys are doing well. Hi Antonio, hi Meat. Hi everyone, glad to have you. Be sure to follow or some. Hi Yummy, hi Spongy. How are you? Glad to have you. Thank you, Lawbit, for the stay hydrated. Okay, great way to end upstart stream. Okay, I appreciate. I just drank water right before stream, so I am pretty much staying hydrated for you. Thank you so much, Kay. Lawbit, thank you. That is a great way to start stream. Holy. I made a joke to my friend like, oh, I'm gonna stream I'm streaming so I can get caviar off Kai, and now I guess the law bit I can afford caviar. No, I'm joking. I will not buy caviar. Although technically speaking, well, it's not really caviar, but technically any type of fish egg is caviar, so you could technically be like, oh well, the Japanese stuff on sushi, so I got that. But as it goes into something else. Hi Renjiro. Hi Wen. That doesn't matter. Okay, my joke is different. Hi KR. Hi Magu, hi Lols, how you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi KR. Again, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. How is everyone? Hi Not Nearly, how you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Bew, how are you doing today? You're very cute. Thank you, I appreciate it so much. Hi hi Laws, how you doing today? Again, thank you guys for the follows, subs, and donations, whatever you guys are doing. Thank you guys for your... How's everyone doing right now, if you guys don't mind me asking? What was? Again, hi Pim. Hi how you doing today? What's the best part of your guys' day so far? Hi Megu. Again, thank you guys. Make sure you guys are doing fun things, by the way, whatever you guys are doing. Oh, I thought we lost a lot more subs than we did, but we're actually pretty much at the same amount. We'll have to see if the algo promotes me today. On YouTube, I'm a little bit worried about that since I did upload a short. For some reason, shorts have been, historically, at least the last few times I did that, has affected my mainstream on YouTube. And so I guess this is like my experiment today, if it does or not. And that's going to determine if I upload more shorts or not. Because for some reason, I figured out that if you upload like a short before a live, you won't get recommended to other people. Hi Blue, hi Addie. Hi Ty, how you guys doing today? Welcome. Thank you guys for following and subbing. I'm actually thinking this might be affected as a stream. We'll see though. I'll have to give it like at least like 30 minutes to make sure, but make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi Alma, how you doing? Thank you for the star. Hi Agger. Anything fun or exciting today? Hi Tyre. Hi everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Nora. How you doing today? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi Jaren. Hi Addie. Hi Ed. I hope I'm wrong though. Hi Edited. How you doing today? Alma, thank you for the floating hearts. Glad to have you. Hi Edited. Hi everyone. Glad to have you here. How you guys doing today? Hi Kona. My model. What do you mean? Do I look sad? Oh yeah, you're right. I had the sad face on. I didn't even realize. Hi Stars. Hi Jared. Hi Alyssa. I think I was pressing X a lot when I was playing a different game, so it looked like I'm sad. I wasn't sad, I promise. I was not sad. I'm happy, guys. Haha. Guys, I'm so happy. Hi Mod. Hi Mage. Hi Para. How you doing today, guys? Hi Alma. Thank you guys for the follows and subs today. Hi Roof. Hi Constantine. Glad to have you. How you doing today? Hi Starlight. Hi Stars. Again, thank you guys for all the donations today. You guys have been amazing with that. If you guys are new, please make sure to sub. I promise you, all subs help me out. Hi Small. Hi Mason. Hi Candace. How are you? Hi Zaki. Hi Cammy. How are you? What are you guys up to today? Hi R. Hi Jane. How you doing today? Hi Candace. Hi Ottomans. Hi Alicia. How you doing today? Hi Cecilia. Hi Bean. Hi Rachel. Hi Ham. Hi My Life. Hi Candace. Hi Abraham. How are you? Glad to have you. Hi Pearl. Hi Timothy. How you doing today? Hi Water. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi Alma. Hi Zolks. How you doing today? Hi Starlight. Hi Megs. Hi Blue. Hi Julie. Hi Cam. Hi Zia. Hi Cecilia. Hi Sophia. No, I have not. Why would I do that? Hi, make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Ham. Hi, My Life. Hi, Alma. Thank you for the gold coin. Hi, everyone. Hi, Yak. Hi, Oliver. How you doing today? Hi, Apt. Hi, Mesa. Hello, I'm doing good. Hi, Nico. Guys, please don't spam. Guys, if you sub Paris, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. Guys, if you sub and you say I subbed in chat, I will give you a shout out, okay? And I will give you a shout out for any donation I get too. So if you sub and say I subbed, I'll give you a shout out, okay? And if you donate, I also give a shout out too. Hi, Angela. Hi, Diamond. Hi, guys. Welcome. Thank you guys for coming. So if you say I subbed and then say I subbed in chat, I will go. Rose, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. Isabel, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. Mess, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. Appreciate it. Hi, Monica. Hi, thank you, Mess again. Ham, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. Cookie, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. Hi, guys. Tony, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. If you guys do want to join my game, also, is my music a little too quiet, guys? I can turn my music up if it's a tiny bit too quiet. Let me turn it up a tiny bit. Make sure to follow. Hi, Farquad. Can you guys hear my music on YouTube or no? Hi, Ong. I subbed the chat. Thank you guys for subbing. Glad to have you. Oh, I know why it's quiet. My headphones are more quiet today. Thank you guys. Hi, Power. Hi, Kevin. Let's go, guys. Hi, Logan. Hi, Rose. Hi, Farquad. How are you? Hi, Kirby. Hi, Inger. Hi, Agar. Hi, Wind. Hi, Dian. Hi, Frida. You look so cute. Thank you. Hi, Tezzy. Hi, Ace. Hi, Alvin. Thank you for coming today. Glad to have you. Moot. So my name in chat, I'll put it in my chat. Hi, Blue. How you doing there? Welcome. Hi, Unlu. Here you guys go. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Vera. Glad to have you. Thank you for the sub, Cynthia. Hi, Delia. Hi, Logan. Hi, Alexander. Thank you, Denton, for the sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Joshua. Hi, Nile. Welcome. Hi, Triple. Hi, Makeo. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Big. Hi, Bernie. Thanks for the heart puff. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well today, whatever you guys are doing. Hi, everyone. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. Hope you guys are doing well, whatever you guys are up to. Guys, what's the best part of your day, if you guys don't mind me asking? Hi, Hi, everyone. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys for the subs and donations and follows. Hi, I'd Blink. How are you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Wind. Hi, Random. Guys, if you sub or follow, I'll give you a shout out. Arger, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you. Can I please? I play keyboard escape. It was pretty fun, but I'm playing Nito right now, okay? What is this stream? It's me playing in a tower called Nito Tower, but it's pretty fun. Hi, Bear. Hi, everyone. Hi, Chris. Thank you guys for all the new people. Hi, bruv. Oi, bruv. Joselie, thank you for the sub. Gator, Lonson, thank you for coming. Glad to have you here. Why is there a guy fly hacking? Wait, are they fly hacking or? Hi, Big. Hi, Mac. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Scary. Hi, welcome if you guys are new. Mac, thank you for the sub. I'm not playing Among Us. Stop asking me. Bro, you put like grown man, by the way, like 20 times. Like nobody cares, including your parents, about you. I mean, sorry, that's really mean. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, make sure to follow or sub. Bro, I don't stop spamming my chat 20 times. Hello, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Killa. Hi, Yellow. Hi, Viper. Hi, Duran. Glad to have you. Hi, Matt. Hi, Cold. Hi, Edit. How you doing there? Hi, Kika. Thank you guys for the follows and subs, everyone. Glad to have you here. Hi, Aura. Sorry, I won't be mean like that again. Oh, at least this stream. Just sometimes it's like they're clearly just trying to be meet. I'm like, okay, I'll roast them. Thank you, Alma, for the star. Glad to have you. Hi, Ham. Hi, Elon. Hi, Nash. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Teddy. Hi, Trixie. Hi, Medwin. Thank you guys for coming. Happy 4th of July, everyone. If it's 4th of July for you yet, or not 4th of July, but yeah, happy 4th of July. Hi, Moon. Hi, Cone. Hi, Nene. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Bear. Hi, Summer. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Again, thank you for the subs, follows, and donations, guys. Hi, Marina. Hi, Kingston. How are you? Hi, Nassim. How you doing today? Hi, Genesis. How are you? Hi, Coley. How you doing today? Hi, New. Hi, YX. Hello, everyone. Glad to have you. Hi, MG. Make sure to follow or sub if you guys are new. Hi, Ladder. Hi, Mooney. Hi, May. Hi, Nash. How are you? Hello, everyone. Hi, Christian. Glad to have you. Guys, do you want my username to join? I can give out my username. Hi, Thorian. Hi, make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Gur. Guys, again, thank you guys. Oh, sorry. I posted that. This is my username. I posted that since that was a ban word I was going to do later, since like it, I forgot to ban it. It's kind of funny that I posted it. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Aline. How you doing there? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, 1x4. Glad to have you. Hi, Kane. Hi, Kai's. Guys, any donation really helps me out, though. Make sure. Guys, I will say any donation really helps me out, so thank you guys so much for your donations. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Chandelier. So thank you guys. Hi, Tulip. Hi, Latterus. Glad to have you guys. Make sure to follow or sub. And again, thank you guys for any donation, whatever you give. It doesn't matter if it's a star or like a flow state or a laughing disco. Although, guys, I would really love a laughing disco or a clapping seal right now. So, Kingston. Hi, Hope. How you doing today? Hi, Therian. Glad to have you here. Did you sub? I'll give you a sub. I'll give you a shout out if you subbed. Okay. Hi, Scene. Hi, welcome. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Kane. How you doing today? Welcome, guys. Jess, DSL, thank you for the star. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your donation. Hi, Danny. Hi, Star. Thank you, Star, for the sub. Thank you, JSL, for the hundreds. Glad to have you. Corey, thank you for the sub. Thank you guys for joining me too. Hi, Laz, and hi, Danny. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Foro. Guys, again, also, if you do sub, make sure to turn that notification bell on so you can get my future streams, okay? Hi, Finley. Thank you for the flow state, Leafy. Thank you so much, Leafy, for the flow state. Thank you, Summeran, for the divine fingers too. Thank you for a laughing disco, Leafy, too. Thank you so much for your donations that made today so wonderful. Thank you so much, Leafy. Hi, Lilith. Hi, Luca. Thank you. Gotta go. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. Make sure to follow or sub. Thank you, guys. If I reach 4. Okay, I'll get to 4. Denny. Random. Thank you for the subs. Glad to have you here. Thank you guys so much, everyone. I appreciate all this new subs everyone's giving. Oh, God. Denny, thank you for the sub. I am dying really a lot. Okay, give me a break. Hi, 300. Yeah, we're making good progress, guys. Thank you guys so much. And again, thank you guys for all the donations today. Holy Summer. Bros, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. I'm sorry I can't donate. That's fine. If you guys can't give anything, don't worry about it. I'm so happy for everybody who can donate and does give, but obviously if you can't, don't worry. The best way you guys can help me out if you guys can't donate is just watching my stream. Keep the stream open no matter what. Because YouTube thinks... Thank you for the $10 super chat, Sasha! Thank you so much, Sasha! That is a great way to enter today. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Sasha. That's so nice of you. Holy, thank you so much. Wow, Sasha, thank you. Hi, Philro. Hi, Mart. Hi, Toko. How you doing today? Hi, Marine. Thank you. Also, Patridge, thank you for the follow. Hi, Em. Hi, Steel. How you doing today? Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon. Glad to have you. Hi, Cordy. Hi, Lenony. Thank you, guys. Hi, Lida. Hi, Michael. How are you? I'll try to call you Tony, okay? Hi, Joycey. Hi, Sheen. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new. Thank you, Finley, for the sub. Toka, Finley, glad to have you. Hi, everyone. Hi, DN. How you? Glad to have you. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Denny's. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Welcome back, Burger. Glad to have you. Oh, God, you're kind of spamming. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Hi, Burger. Hi, Lala. Hi, Copper. Hi, Denny. Hi, Genesis. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Alfred. Hi, Real Miku. Hi, Noah. How are you? Hi, Makala. Good. I mean, choose what you want to choose. Hi, Cynthia. Glad to have you. Hi, Rare. Hi, MG. Hi, Evie. Hi, Rina. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Lena. Hi, Daisha. How you doing today? Hi, Patricia. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Francis. Hi, Evie. Hi, everyone. Hi, Curly. How you doing today? Make sure to follow her some. Hi, Lupita. Glad to have you. Hi, Caleb. Hi, Real Miku. Make sure to follow her some. Hi, Lena. Hi, Rare. How you doing there? Welcome. Hi, Noah. Hi, Francisco. Hi, Kit Kat. Hi, Albert. Glad to have you here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Random. Make sure to follow or sub if you guys are new. Aw, thank you guys so much. Hi, Rogue. Glad to have you here. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Denny. Hi, Christian. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Luke. How you doing today? Hi, Nick. Glad to have you here. Hi, CC. Thank you. Hi, Albert. Hi, Zook. Hi, Roblox. How are you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Dean. Hi, Cookies. How are you? OG, thank you for the stars. Glad to have you here. Thank you guys so much. 5 stars. Let's go. Hi, Click. Hi, Gabby. Glad to have you. Thank you for the flow state, Kaleen. Glad to have you. Kaylee, glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Make sure to follow us. I'm glad to have you here. Hello. Hi, Deanne. Hi, Samuel. Glad to have you here. Thank you guys so much for the flow state as well, Keely. Thank you so much for your flow state. Any donations really help me out, guys. Thank you. Hey, you give it a shot. A fat shot through the heart, and you're too late. Sasha, again, thank you for the $10 super chat. Pearl, please don't spam. I don't want to mute you. $100 super chat! Sasha! Buy yourself Robux. Thank you so much, Sasha. What the fuck? Sasha, W's in the chat, guys, for Sasha. Oh my god. Sasha, can I use it to buy food instead? I can buy Robux too if you want me to, but thank you so much, Sasha. Thank yous. Guys, W in the chat for Sasha, please. Everybody put W's in the chat for Sasha, okay? Guys, W. Every big giant W's in the chat for Sasha, please, guys. Thank yous. Make sure to follow her sub, guys. Glad to have you here. You look squishable. Thank you, hi Roblox. Everybody W, guys. Sasha gave $100 super chat. Guys, hi Chris, hi Maybe. Thank you guys for the W's. Oh my god, Sasha, thank you so much. That is so wonderful of you. Thank you. Hi Durnley, hi Elaine. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad you liked my videos. Hi Terrace, hi Conius, hi Denny, hi Dela. Oh my god, I'm so happy I streamed tonight. Keelan, thank you for the high five too. Sasha, thank you. Hi Denny, hi Coney, hi Char, hi Steven, hi Erlin, glad to have you. Hi Jay, how are you? Oh my god, I'm actually like I am flustered right now. Hi Coney, hi Lazy. Again, thank you Sasha so much. Giant hugs for you. Hi Shaman, hi Toga, glad to have you. Thank you guys for the follows and subs. Hi Suki, hi Aspen. Hi Marvin, glad to have you here. Hi Tris, hi Chatter. Thank you so much Sasha. Hi MG, hi Sam. Happy 4th of July everyone. Glad to have you. Hi Suki, hi Yasmin. Sasha, thank you so much for the super chat. Hi Laura, hi Light, how are you? Hi Buzz, oh my god, thank you guys for the subs too everyone. Hi Jordy, hi Hoshi, hi Moonwalker, hi Safi, hi Den, hi Muska, hi Safa, glad to have you. Hi Dronesily, hi Keely, hi Pomni. Hi Augury, hi Karina, hi Nideo, welcome. Thank you guys for the follows and subs. And oh my god, Sasha, thank you so much for the donation. Rebecca, thank you for the star. Luke, Richard, Mango, Bear, Immaculate, Joan Hanna, thank you guys for the follows and subs, everyone. Sasha, again, thank you so much. I can't thank you guys. If you guys do sub, hello, I don't try to ignore you guys, but if you guys want me to give you a shout out, Brian, thank you for the sub, glad to have you. If you guys want me to give you a guarantee shout out, or at least my best. Sasha, what the fuck? What? Amen, thank you for the floating height. W the chats for Sasha. Guys, Zafina, Rebecca, thank you for the donations too. Sasha gave a $200 super chat. What? Guys, what? Sasha, W's in the chat for Sasha. Holy. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for the high five to Sasha. I'm gonna cry. I might actually cry tonight. Holy Sasha. Thank you. Lily, Sasha gave a $300 in super chat. Holy, I'm hyperventilating. You did not need to do that. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna cry. Holy shit. I'm sorry, I swear. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, Sasha. Oh my god, thank you so much. W's in the chat, Jessica, Ronaldo, thank you as well. Sasha, thank you so much. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Hi Spaka. Hi Mia, thank you so much. Hi Lily, thank you guys. Hi Laura, hi Amelia. Connie, thank you guys for the follows and subs, Spaka. Sasha, oh my god. Ronaldo, thank you. W's in the chat for Sasha, guys. Big W's. Hi Brian. Hi Tommy. Oh my god, I'm actually crying. Don't cry. It's okay. Thank you, Sasha, for the $2 super chat. Oh my god, it's positive. It's nice tears. Okay, it's nice tears. Hi Speed. Hi Mia. I'm so sorry if I couldn't shout you out for the subs, guys. I'm sorry, but Sasha's super chat. I didn't expect that today. Holy. Hi Tammy. Thank you for the heart. Glad to have you here. Hi Finalies. Hi Amelia. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Hi Laura. Hi Richard. How are you doing today? Oh my god. Hi Keely. Glad to have you here. Hi Summer. Make sure to follow. That is crazy. It actually is so. It's really crazy. Oh my god. Pokemon. Hi Isaac. Glad to have you. Hi Summer. Glad to have you here. Hi everyone. Hi Denny. Hi Addie. Hi Nana. Hi Tommy. Hi Mina. Again, thank you for the follows and subs. Hi Aaron. Hi Excuse. Hi Paul. Hi, it's me. Hi Mina. How are you? Hi everyone. Hi Mick. Hi Excuse. Hi RN. Glad to have you. Hi Milkshake. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Chant. Hi Demon. Glad to have you here. Hi everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Alex. Hi Yummy. Hi Blood. Hi Richard. Hi Yash. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Isaac. Hi Muzan. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Oh my god. Yeevee, thank you so much. Yeevee, thank you so much for the flow state and soccer trophy as well. YB, thank you so much for those. Thank you for the soccer trophy and flow state. Thank you so much for those as well. Again, Sasha, thank you for all your donations as well too. But Yeevee, thank you so much. YB, thank you for the flow state as well. I am getting so spoiled today. Holy, oh my god. Thank you, YB, so much for it. Again, thank you as well, Sasha. Sasha, thank you for the laughing disco as well. And thank you for the dual. Oh my god, thank you for the stars. Hi Nicole, hi Claudia. YB, thank you so much for the flow state again. Jojo, thank you for the sub. I'm glad to have you here. Thank you. Stavian, thank you so much, Steven, for the laughing disco. Thank you, Steven, so much for the laughing disco too. Sorry. Oh my god. Hi, thank you for the flow state as well. Oh my god, thank you so much for the flow state, bro. Thank you for the heart me. Guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna start crying. Holy Tommy, thank you for the. I won't cry since I know you guys don't want me to. Thank you so much for the floating heart, Tommy. Thank you. Hi, Zaki. Hi, Tommy. Thank you for the stars. Oh my god, you guys support me so hard with this. I genuinely can't thank you guys enough. Hi, Zaki. Hi, Tommy. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Hannity. Hi, Demon. Hi, Zaki. Hi, Cool. Hi, Shao. Thank you guys so much. Hi, Rox. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Iceman. How are you? Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Claudia. Glad to have you. Hi, Clip. Hi, Daniel. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub, everyone. Oh my god, Sasha and everyone. Shalisa, thank you for the sunshine as well. Thank you, Salisa, for that. That is really nice of you. Thank you for the new follows. I'm glad you make my day so hard. Oh. Thank you guys. You guys want me to get boba with it? I'm gonna get the best, most wonderful boba when I go to California for my trip. Thank you guys. Tommy, thank you for the makeup brush too. Hi Tiffany, hi Amber, glad to have you. Make sure to follow us up. Oh my god, you guys are genuinely MVP people. Gotcha, Isaac, thank you guys for coming. Egypt, thank you. Ella, editor, how are you doing today? Welcome. Hi everyone, thank you again as well for the super chats. Thank you. Hi Richard, hi Celicia, glad to have you. Oh my god, guys, thank you. Tommy, thank you for the star. Okay, thank you for the flowers. Thank you, Tommy, for the 7 stars. Oh my god, you guys have made me genuinely like so red right now. Hi Edward, hi Isaac. Thank you guys so much. I wasn't having like the best day in the world today, so like being able to come to the stream and you guys give me so much makes me feel so happy. Hi Nicole, hi Daniel. I promise you. Okay, thank you for the flowers. Make sure to follow us. Yeah, I remember you. Thank you guys. Genuinely, I appreciate you guys making my day better. Soda, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. I talked to you. Sorry, I'm really emotional. I got a lot of super chats on YouTube today. And they were pretty big. Thank you. Hi, Kay. Thank you for the star. How are you doing today, Soda? Thank you. Thank you. We have very much opposite content styles, but you seem really chill as a person, so I want to be. I was like, I want to be friends. Kay, thank you so much for the floating hearts. Thank you so much. Hi, Kazar. Hi, Solona. Most brain rotted game I ever seen. You're kind of right. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you so much for the stars as well, Tommy. Hi, Salisa. Glad to have you here. Thank you, Tommy, for the 16 stars. Glad to have you. Hi, Kara. Hi, Grace. How are you? Hi, Jay. Hi, Studio. Glad to have you. You're kind of not wrong, but it's life. Hi, Jenny. How you doing today? I do not disagree with you at all, but and thank you guys for the stars and donations. If you're curious, by the way, Soda, I mostly stream most of the streams on YouTube. Bonnie, thank you so much for the Laffy Disco, Bonnie. Thank you, Ace. Thank you for the 100, and thank you guys again as well for this Laughing Discos. Bonnie, thank you so much for the laughing as well for the 250. Oh my god, thank yous. It is kind of dopamine. I mean, that's kind of like what these games are a bit designed for. It's literally for, you know, stimulation. Okay. It's kind of, I mean, in a weird way, it's ASMR, just in a completely different context. Hi, thank you guys. Thank you for the hundreds, Ace. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate it so much. Glad to have you. Hi, Julie. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow. I gotta go back to the other world. Lily, thank you for coming here. I appreciate your heart me, Lily. Thank you. Always appreciated. Lily's a good friend and mod of mine, so. Lily, Soda is a person I met today, and they're really chill. Hi, Lasha. Hi, Claude. Hi, Tammy. Although I'm not sure if they're gonna like me after me playing this game, which is fair. Thank you for this. Oh my god, I have to say. Okay, I'm gonna mute for TikTok because thank you guys as well. Okay, thank you for the 6-7 donation on YouTube. Thank you so much for the 6-7. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hello. Thank you, Ace, for the makeup rush. Appreciate it so much. Glad to have you. Hi, Purple. Glad to have you here. Hi, Trouble. How are you? I am the femboy rar. Make sure to follow us up. Hi, Kay. Hi, Isaac. Glad to have you here. Hi, Claude. Hi, Kay. How are you? Hi, Jehan. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow us up. Glad to have you. Thank you, Ezzy, thank you, Ezzy, as well, for everything. I do appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the GG, Ashi. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you. Thank you for the Rosa. I don't know. Glad to have you. Hi, Claude. Hi, Laura. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Sha, thank you so much for the star. Glad to have you. Hi, Killy. Hi, Edgar. How you guys doing today? Hi, Tiger. Hi, Editor. Glad to have you. Hi for the hundreds. Thank you, Ace, for the hundreds too. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Christiana. Hi, Ace. Hi, Izzy. Thank you, Editor, for the golden. And then Bonnie, thank you for the stars too. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Hi, Norma. Hi, don't know. How you doing today? Hi, Trentine. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Hi, Lee. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the GG Ash. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for that. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Cool. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Flo. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new today. It does help out. Thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. How's everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. What's the best part of you guys' days, if you don't mind me asking? Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Anything fun? Anything exciting today? Thank you, Izzy and Editor, for the stars. Hi, Zensi. Hi, Hito. Hi, Kaden. Thank you for the happy. Thank you for the 2 happies. Kaden, glad to have you. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Claus. Hi, Editor. Thank you for the happy. Hi, Zensei. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Hi, Izzy. Hi, Logan. How are you? Make sure to follow or make sure to sub, everyone. If you guys are new, it does help me out. I hope you guys are doing well today, whatever you guys are up to. Thanks for coming. Hi, Zensi. Hi, Jason. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Hi, Kay. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new. I mean, it makes sense. Hello, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. How are you guys doing? What's the best part of your guys' days? You remember me? I was the one that sent you a laughing disco. Well, I appreciate you sending me a laughing. Thank you. Hi, Logan. Hi, Remy. Hi, Jason. Hi, Harley. Hi, Willisha. Hi, Christian. Hi, Ella. Hi, Sidley. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you here. How are you guys doing today? Anything fun? Hi, Chris. Hi, Sidley. Hi, Isaac. How are you guys doing today? Thank you guys again for coming. I do appreciate it. I mean, that's fair, I guess. Hello. I beg. Make sure to follow us. I'm glad to have you. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Brian. Hi, Claudia. I mean... Hi, Wheelie. Thank you guys for coming. Hi, Gamer. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Zenny. Hi, Claudia. Hi, team. I'm begging. Hi, Logan. Hi, Cute. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Hi, Zania. Glad to have you. YB, thank you for the flow state. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, YB, for the flow state. Hope you guys are doing well, whatever you guys do. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. I do appreciate it. Hi, Cheeria. Again, thank you guys for being here. Hi, Billy. Hi, Izzy. How are you? I'm sorry, Zensi. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the flow state, YB, though. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, probably not. I don't think they're gonna. Hello, make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you here. Anything fun, anything exciting today or not really? What are you guys up to today, if you guys don't mind me asking? Thank you guys for your donations, so everybody, thank you. Hi Anaya, hi Nancy, glad to have you here. Be sure to follow her, so I'm glad to have you here. Hi Nicole, glad to have you for the star. Hello, welcome, glad to have you here. Hi Laura, how you doing today? Welcome. Hi Lily, how are you? Hi Logan, hi Ken, how you doing today? Welcome, glad to have you here. Make sure, Nicole, thank you for the gold star, gold coin, thank you so much. Hi Claudia. Hi Kennedy, glad to have you. Hi Christian, hi Health, how are you? Hi Logan, how are you? Hi Olivia, hi Zensei, glad to have you here, make sure to follow. Hi KH, glad to have you, make sure to follow. Hi June, hi Aria, hi Nanas, glad to have you here, make sure to follow her some. Hi everyone, glad to have you. Hi Poppy, hi Logan, glad to have you here. Thank you guys, hi Juju Lone, how you doing? Make sure to follow her some. Hi Prince. Hi Olivia, glad to have you here. Make sure to follow her, so I'm glad to have you here. Hi Olivia, hi Indreen, glad to have you. Hi Nancy, hi UG, how are you? Hi Angel. Hi Isaac, how you doing today? Welcome. Make sure to follow her, so I'm glad to have you. Hi Laura, hi Naomi, glad to have you here. Hi Spanish, glad to have you here. Hi Anna. Hi Kennedy, how are you? Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone, if you guys are new here. Hi Zoria, glad to have you here, hope you're doing well. Hi Aria. Hi Cage, hi Angel, glad to have you. Make sure to follow her some. Hi Mushy, glad to have you. What do you guys? Hi Laura, how you doing today? Welcome. Hi Flo. I mean that's life. Hi Mushy, hi Laura, hi Robelin, glad to have you here. Hi Nathan, hi Zar, hi Roblox, hi Yusha, how are you? Hi Isaac, glad to have you here. Guys, what's the best part of your day so far? Chili, thank you so much. Joe, thank you for the 6-7 donation. Oh god, I hate saying that number, but I mean that's life. Thank you for the 6-7 donation. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Your YouTube donations, guys, mean so much to me. Thank you, everyone who donates. I generally can't thank you guys enough. Hi, Skibby. Hi, Nathan. Glad to have you here. Again, it pays for my stuff. So I can't thank you guys enough, guys. Hi, Laura. Hi, Spiky. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Zaria. Hi, everyone. Hi, Gil. Glad to have you. Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Chell. How you doing, mate? Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you here. Anything fun or exciting today or not really? Guys, what's the best part of your day so far, if you guys don't mind me asking? Hello, make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you here. Hello, everyone. Guys, thank you guys for coming. Hi, Gil. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Sleeping, yeah. Hellos. Hi, Divine. Guys, what the hell? Anyway, make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new. It does help me out. Thanks, guys. Hi, Miri. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Sleepy. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, R. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Sleepy. Hi, Laura. How you guys doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new. Hi, Rivus. Hi, everyone. Hi, Drawn. How you guys doing today? Hi, Luna. I'm confused. Hi, Wannabe. Glad to have you here. Hi, Truny. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Sleepy. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you here. Hi, Keen. Hi, Logan. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Rivals. Hi, Koi. No offense. Hi, Simon. Hi, Callie. Hi, Roderick. Glad to have you here. Guys, what's the best part of your guys' days, if you guys don't mind me asking? Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Mr. Grass. Hi, Koi. How are you? Anything fun? Anything excited? Hi, Luna. How are you? Again, thank you guys for your donations today. I do appreciate it. Hi, Flower. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Barry. Hi, Kay. Hi, Exo. How are you? Thanks again for the follows and subs, everyone. Glad to have you. Hi, Mr. Glass. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Sleepy. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Gilly. Oh my god. Hi, everyone's. Hi, Flower. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Freezy. How are you? Hi, Chantel. Hi, Sleepy. How are you? Hi, Flower. How are you? Hi, Gil. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Charlie. Guys, thank you guys for the follows and subs today. I do appreciate it. Everybody, thank you guys, especially if you're new. Hello, it's 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. If you guys do sub or follow, I do give a shout out. So yeah. Hi, Chantez. Hi, Grayson. Hi, Ham. How are you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Dirt. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Gimme. Glad to have you. Again, thank you for the follows and subs. Hi, Kiyomi. Hi, Gimme. Hi, Anos. Hi, Prince. Hi, Sai. Hi, Bear. Hi, Daniel. How are you? Hi, Freezy. Hi, Anos. Thank you, Raven, for the laughing disco. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Hello. Make sure to follow or some. Hi, Anatol. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow. I get. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Raven, for the laughing disco. Make sure to follow or sub. Raymond, thank you for a laughing disco again. Thank yous. Hi, Logan. How are you doing today? Thank you, thank yous. Hi, Ian. Glad to have you here. Thank you, guys. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Again, thank you for the followers or subs. Hi, Krish. Hi, Loves. How are you doing today? Again, Raymond, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Raymond. Glad to have you. Life is life. Oh no, I should just continue this. Oh my god, I'm dumb, okay? I'm a little bit of a dumb cat boy. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Raymond. Hi, co-pilot. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Hi, Kaiseler. Glad to have you here. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the follows and subs and donos, guys. Hi, Kerr. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here, Kare. Hi, Sunray. How are you? Hi, Chancellor. Hi, Sunny. Glad to have you here. Hi, Lily. Thank you guys for coming. I really do appreciate it. I tried my best to give shoutouts and follows. Hi, Lily. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Connor. Hi, Udall. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. How you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. What are you guys up to right now, if you guys don't mind me asking? I'm gonna mute TikTok for 1 second, guys. Oh yeah, I'm not sure. Lily, do you hear? Wait, let me see. Never mind. Actually, I forgot about that. I'm not gonna say anything. Hi, Viddy. Hi, Luna. Hi, Adrian. Glad to have you here. Hi, Silly. But yeah, I don't add people. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Ember. Glad to have you here. Hi, Zara. Hi, Laura. Hi, Psycho. Glad to have you. Hi, Izu. Hi, Gray. Hi, Alpha. Hi, Zom. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Callie. Hi, your derp. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Connor. Glad to have you here. Hi, Brian. Hi, Rivals. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Silly. Hi, Yuda. My day's been good. What about you? Hi, Athena. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new. Hi, Author. Hi, Liam. Hi, Character. Hi, Gray. Hi, Laura. Raymond, thank you for another laughing disco. Let's go. Thank you so much, Layerman, for the laughing disco. Thank you, Raymond. You have made my day so much better, too. All of you guys have made my day so much better, guys. I don't add people, but if you want to join my game, I can get my game name. Lily, do you mind putting my game name in chat for the viewers? I don't have it right now, unfortunately. Oh wait, no I do. Never mind, I lied. There we go. Hi Ezekiel. Hi Athena. Glad to have you here. Hi Silly. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. I hope you guys are doing very well, whatever you guys are doing. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate everyone, whatever you guys are doing today. So thank you guys. Again, thank you everyone. I do appreciate it. Hi everyone. What are you guys doing right now? I hope you guys are doing very good, whatever you guys are doing. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Well, I was. What's your favorite part of your day? Thank you guys. Again, thank you guys for your donations too. My favorite song is Silent Siren Routine. Hi Wembu, how are you? Hi Charlotte, how you doing today? Hi Ember. Thank you guys for the follows and subs, everyone. Make sure to follow. Hi Wembu, hi Cookie. Hi Sally. Hi everyone, glad to have you here. Thank you Silly, thank you for coming. Hi Vertex, hi Yuda, how you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi Just a Kill Guy. Hi John Harris, how are you? Hi Vertex, hi Alexa. Hi Sunset, hi Vanish, how you doing today? Thank you guys for the follows and sub. Hi Brian, how you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi everyone, hi Charlotte, hi everyone guys. What is everyone up to today? Make sure to follow or sub if you guys are new here. Hi Silly. Hi Luna, how are you? Hi Char. Hi Lumber, hi Car. Hi Icy, hi Laura, hi Sasha, how are you? Make sure to follow or sub guys, glad to have you. Thank you Raymond for the laughing disco. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. I hope you guys are doing very well, whatever you guys are doing. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys. Oh my god, Raymond, thank you for another laughing disco. Okay guys, we gotta get a few wins on this to keep my leaderboard place. So we're gonna get at least, thank you so much for the 2,000 yen donation. Thank you so much for the 2,000 yen donation. Gimme. That is so nice of you. Thank you. Gimme. Hi Shannon. Guess your favorite Roblox game. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you guys so much for that. Favorite Roblox game, probably Rivals. Hi guys, thank you guys for your donations. Hi Shantos, hi Cookie, hi Laura, hi Addie, how are you? Hi Ashio, hi Abby, hi everyone, glad to have you. Then you're having a good night tonight. Yeah, I mean for the most part. There's something that happened, Lily, which is kind of funny, but I won't say it on stream. But make sure to follow us up. Well, actually, before stream, it wasn't really good, but this stream has been really good except for one thing, but I would have to message you about it. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Raymond. How you doing there? Make sure to follow us up. Hi, Sleepy. Hi, Brian. Glad to have you here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ash. Hi, Vertex. How you doing? Hi, Boss. Hi, I don't know. Glad to have you. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow us up, guys. Glad to have you. Thank you, guys. Hi, Vertex. Hi, I don't know. Yeah, for the most part though, it's been really much better. Thank you guys. Hi Ember. Hi everyone. Hi Laura. Hi Marin. How you doing there? Welcome. Make sure to follow or sub guys if you're new. Hi Chris. Hi Brian. Again, thank you guys for your donations, your follow. Hi Emery. Thank you for the follow. Thank you guys for the subs, everyone. I genuinely can't appreciate you enough. Hi Emery. Hi Dodi. Hi Worms. How you doing there? Make sure to follow. Hi A. Glad to have you. Hi Taniri. Hi Astrid. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Prince, how are you? Hi Tanner. Hi Teddy Bear. Hi Furry Lover, glad to have you. Hope you're doing well today, whatever you guys are doing. Hi Caleb, glad to have you. Hi Ann, how you doing today? Welcome. Hi Koki, hi Furry, how you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub guys if you're new. Thank you guys, glad to have you. Hi Lana, glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you guys for the subs and follows today. Glad to have you. Hi Sana, hi Hans, hi Alexandra. Thank you again guys for your donations. With Vinton? What's Vinton? Make sure to follow or sub guys. I'm back, sorry. No, you're fine, don't worry. Thank you Brian for the flowers. Again, thank you guys. If you do sub, say that you sub so I can give a shout out. Furry Prince, thank you for the follows. Captain, thank you for the follows. Glad to have you. If you do sub, make sure to follow the sub. Hi, Captain. Hi, A. How are you doing? I'm doing good. What about you? I cannot be. Hi, Az. Hi, Serenity. How are you? Hi, Shell. No, I can't say every line. Hi, Alex. Hi, Astrid. Never. Thank you for the star. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Never. Thank you for the 2 stars. Thank you for the sub, Johan. I appreciate it. Thank you for the sub, Jude. Alex, thank you for the sub. Maria, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you. Welcome if you're new. Hi, Lick. Hi, Ash. Hi, Briel. Hi, Luna. Thank you for the sub. Glad to have you. Ooh, I like the video. Thank you, Shannon. How you guys doing today? Thank you for the sub, Shannon. Hi, Koki. Hi, thanks. How you doing there? Welcome. Brian, thank you for the GG Easy. Hi, Serenity. Hi, Colby. Hello. Hi, 2M. How are you? Jasmine. Caitlin, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Glad to have you guys. Guys, what's the best part of your days? I want to know. Hi, Nova. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Never. Hi, Affin. Hi, Hyde. Hi, Random. Hi, Serena. Glad to have you. Acid. Hi, Rivas. How you doing today? Hi, Serenity. How are you? Thank you guys again for everyone here today. You guys are wonderful. Again, thank you guys for the super chat, the donations, the follows, the subs. Like I said, never feel forced to donate, but I can't thank you guys enough for everything you gave today. Hi, Astrid. Hi, guys. Make sure to follow us. I'm glad to have you. Hi, MNMar. Hi, Harmy. Hi, Zenix. How you doing today? Make sure to follow us. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new. It does help me out. What you guys having, guys? Welcome. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, everyone. I appreciate it so much, everyone. Thank you. Hi, thank you, Never, for the 2 stars. Glad to have you here. Thank you guys for the follows and subs. Hi, Brian. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Nefix. Hi, Neva. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Casey. Glad to have you. Hi, Masha. Hi, Random. Glad to have you here. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Rivals. How are you guys doing? Hi, Astrid. I like this up. Hi, Harmony. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Casey. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Clover. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Yonche. How are you? Hi, Zom. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Freya. Hi, Sweet. How you doing there? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow us. Hi, Samuel. Hi, Cinnamon Mineral. Glad to have you here. Hi, It's. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow us. Hi, Love. Hi, Isaac. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Falk. How are you doing today? Hi, Melon. How are you? Well, look. Glad to have you. Thank you guys for following and subbing. Hi, Saw. Glad to have you here. Hi, Cassis. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new here today. Hi, Allison. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Random. How are you? Hi, Casey. Hi, Anata. Tell you what, give me a donation. I'll say it. Deal? Hi, Chicken. Glad to have you here. I'm not going to say it otherwise, man. Thank you guys for the follows and subs. I really do appreciate it. Alright, message. I'm not trying to ignore your last message. I'm not going to say it, man. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi guys, please stop spamming by the way. Please don't spam like multiple times if you want me to say your stuff. I'm playing Nido Tower if you're curious. Abby, thank you for the flowers. And I love MM2. Thank you for the gold coin. I'm glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Barbecue. Thank you for the follow. Hi Crazy. How are you? Hi Bacon. Hi Fall. How you doing there? Welcome. Hi Candy. Hi OG. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Whatever you guys are up to. Hi Kason. Hi Owen. How are you? Yes, I am one. Is that okay, Anata? Thank you guys for the follows and subs, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Hi, everyone. Hi, Tom. Hi, Caroline. How are you? Hi, Mark. Hi, Day. Hi, Alia. Hi, Tommy. Thank you guys. Hellos, everyone's. I appreciate it. Welcomes. Yeah, you can join me. Put my username is pinned. I can put it in chat as well. So if you need it, let me do that in a second. I can't do it right now since I'm a little distracted, of course. There you go. Have fun. Hi, Yuna. How you guys doing? Again, thank you guys for the subs and follows and donations today. Thank you guys so much. Hi, man. How you doing there? Welcome. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you guys. Hope you guys are doing well, whatever you guys are up to. Thank you, Matt Pete. Hi, Sienna. Hi, Lena. Hi, Tamari. Thank you so much. Hi, Yuna. Hi, Fancy Pants. Hello, make sure to follow. Hi, Single. Glad to have you. Hi, everyone. Hi, Dean. Hi, Indy. Undead. How you doing today? Make sure to follow us up. Hi, Pablo. Hi, Patricia. Glad to have you here. Hi, Little. Hi, Sasha. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Dee. Hi, Keen. How you doing today? Hi, Hola. Hi, Pablo. Glad to have you. Hi, Zoro. Hi, Keen. Hi, Caroline. Hi, DVF. Blah, blah, blah. Hi, Eileen. How you doing today? Hi, Undead. How are you? Hi, Cabby. How you doing today? Make sure to follow us up. Glad to have you. Hi, everyone. Hi, Zozo. Hi, Tarek. Hi, Hana. What are you guys up to today, if you guys don't mind me asking? Again, thank you guys for all your donations. Anything you have given today, guys. I promise you helps me out so much. Hi, Cat Lover. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the Rose OG. I'm glad to have you. Thank you so much for the Rose OG. That's so nice of you. Hello, Cassie. Glad to have you here. Thank you guys so much for your super chat, donations, everything you have given, guys. Glad to have you here. Hi, Tarak. Glad to have you here. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone's. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Siemp. How you guys doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Joe. Hi, Colleen. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Cat Lover. Hi, everyone. Hi, Harmony. Hi, Tamari. OG, thank you for the star. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lane. How you doing? Happy birthday to you, Luna. There you go. You happy? Hi, Soma. How you doing today? Hi, OG. Thank you for the hundreds, OG. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Mur. How you doing today? Hi, Isaac. How you guys doing right now? Hope you guys are well. Thank you guys for coming. Mother, Luna. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the gold coin, by the way, again. OG. Yun, thank you for the follows, everyone. Hi, Slacks. Hi, Luna. Hi, Mother. How are you doing today? Hi, Toka. Glad to have you. Hi, Confident. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Jasper. Hi, Snow Bumpy. How are you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Pumpkin. How are you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Mother. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate it. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, guys. Hi, my archive. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Guys, what's your favorite part of your day, if you guys don't mind me asking? Hi, Single. Hi, Luna. How you guys doing today? Hi, Sasha. Hi, Snow Bunny. How are you? Hi, Punt. Hi, Annalyn. How you doing today? Hi, Mar. Glad to have you here. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Toka. How you doing today? Hi, Drywall. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new. Hi, Red. Hi, Casey. How you doing today? Hi, Minnie. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming. Hi, Benji. Hi, Rivals. Hi, everyone. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Animal. Glad to have you here. Hi, Mar. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Algie. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Snow. Hi, Stray Kids. Thanks for the follows and subs. Hi, Aki. Hi, Dan. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Evan. How you guys doing right now? How many towers do we have to do again for this? So I want to get at least probably like one more win. Guys, should I go for third place on this today? Hi, Yaka. Hi, Stray Kids. I don't mind. Hi, Mussably. It does take a little bit, but I mean, I could do it. Confident, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you, man. Hi, Amelia. Thank you for joining, Athena. Hi, Yaka. Hi, Nadia. Hi, Eldu. How you doing today? Make sure to follow her sub. Hi, Nadia. Hi, Ivy. How are you? Yeah, I'll see. Hi, Memes. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow her sub. Glad to have you guys. What are you guys up to today? It's called Nito Tower in Roblox. Yeah, it's called that. Hi, I'm Wise. Hi, Vincent. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Nadia. Hi, Memes. Glad to have you here. Hi, Maverick. Hi, Joey. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Confident. How you guys doing today? Hi, Joey. Hi, Nadia. Hi Tebus, how are you? Hi, I'm Wise. Thank you for the gold coin. Hello. Hello, thank you for the 3 gold coins. Thank you so much. 4 gold coins. Let's go. Thank you for the 4 gold coins. I do appreciate it. Hi Taboo. Hi Wise. Hi Goose. Glad to have you. Hi Anelius. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new here. Hi Nadia. Glad to have you. Hi Juliana. How are you? Hello everyone. Hi Anna. Hi Super. Hi Haley. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, thank you for the star cookie. Hi Nadia. Hi Elliot. Glad to have you. Thank you guys for the follows or subs. Hey Misha. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi thank you for coming. Hi Amelia. Glad to have you. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for everything today. Thank you guys again so much today. You guys are amazing for that. Thank you. Hi Mana. Hi Elliot. Hi everyone. Thank you guys again. Hi Ori. Hi Vertex. Hi Slay. Glad to have you. Hi DFS. How you doing today? Hi Victory. Glad to have you. Hi Moche. Glad to have you. What are you guys up to today? Hi Nadia. Hi Oric. Hi Girly. Hi DF. Glad to have you. Hi Brooke. Hi Shazam. Hi everyone. Hi Cookie. Hi Jackson. Hi Brittany. Glad to have you here. Hi Egg. Hi Blue Galaxy. Hi Davina. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow. Glad to have you guys. Hi Chris. Hi Ethan. Hi Nicole. Hi Egg. Hi Roxana. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi Davina. Hi everyone. Glad to have you guys. Hi Super. Hi Brittany. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Again, thank you for the follows or subs, guys. Glad to have you. Hi Lala. Hi Vivielle. How you doing today? Thank you for the follow or sub. Hi Confident. Glad to have you. Guys, I can't really give you gems, unfortunately. Good night, Lily. Glad to have you. Thank you. Have a nice bed. Stay in your bed. Enjoy your bed, okay? Hi, Farina. Hi, Way. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Killer. Again, thank you. Hi, guys. Hi, Gerald. Hi, Skibbity. How are you? Make sure to follow us up. Hi, Psycho. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you guys. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you. What are you guys up to? Hi, Brian. Hi, Egg. How are you? Again, thank you for the follows or sub. Hi, Darwin. Hi, Way. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you guys. Again, thank you for the follows, subs, donations, and everything you guys have given today. I promise you, it does help me out so much. Hi, Christmas. How you doing today? Oh my god, I'm dumb. I am a bit of a dumb cat boy. I won't lie. My brain is kind of fried. Not like in the sense of I've been up. I had like 5 hours of sleep today. My body decided no sleep today. It's probably since I drank an energy drink and decided like let's stay up all night. Hi Adam. Hi Ethan. Hi everyone. Glad to have you. I still want to go streaming really long today, but we'll see. I'm doing good today. What about you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Oh my gosh. Anything fun? Anything exciting today? Welcome, welcome. Hi everyone. Glad to have you in here. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi gamer. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hello Isaac. Hi everyone. Hi Paige. How you guys doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi Barbara. Hi Witchell. Hi Soul. Happy 4th of July everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Anything fun? You excited? Hi Cassie. How you doing today? Hi Sam. Make sure to follow or sub guys if you are new. It does help me out. Hello everyone. Glad to have you. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for also watching my new videos. Hi Elijah. Thank you Slay for the sub. I'm glad to have you here, man. Thank you Slay. Hi Solve. Hi Blue Galaxy. How are you, man? Hi Casey. How are you? Hi Zeke. Hi Marie. Hi Lewis. Crystal Atomic. Thank you for coming. Hello guys. Hi everyone. Thank you guys for the follow subs. Hi Barbara. Welcome from Lithuania. Elijah, thank you for the star. Glad to have you. Hi gamer. How you guys doing today? Hi Confident. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow our sub. Hi Orchard. Make sure to follow our sub guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Damien. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Elijah. Hi, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Uniki keyed in. Glad to have you. Hi, Elijah. Thank you for the gold coin. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Orchard. Hi, Gamer. How you guys doing today? Hi, everyone. Hi, Lori. How you doing today? Hi, Corey. Hi, Onks. Hi, Mimi. How are you guys doing right now? Hi, Corey. Thank you for the flow state, Nadia. Thank you so much for your flow state. I do appreciate it, Nadia. Elijah, thank you for the press F. Glad to have you. Elijah, thank you so much for the flow state. Hi, Lewis. Hi, Immortal. Hi, Sen. Glad to have you. Hi, Verita. Thank you so much for the flow state. Curly hair. That's fair. As long as it looks cute, you know. Hi, Damien. Hi, Corey. Thank you. Guys, thank you for the follows, your subs. How can I send a laughing disco? So if you press the gift icon, you might have one. I'm not sure. You can go check and make sure you have one. Again, thank you guys. Hi, Naruto. Hi, Sen. How are you? Guys, we're almost at 32,400. Hi, Naruto. Hi, Jess. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Marie. How are you? Hi, Theta. Orchard, thank you. Sorry, the flow state, Orchard. Elijah, thank you for the laughing disco. Both of you guys. Orchard, thank you for the flow state. And Elijah, thank you so much for the laughing disco. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I fell. Thank you, guys. Hi, Confident. Glad to have you. Hi, Orchard. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you. Again, thank you for the follows or subs, everyone. Well, hi, JJ. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Payson, for the floating hearts. Glad to have you. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, user. Hi, Tony. How are you? Again, thank you for the follower sub, guys. Glad to have you. Thank you, Elijah, for the flow state. And Nadia, thank you for the 6-7. And Elijah, thank you for 2 flowers. Thank you so much. 3 flowers. Thank you. And Nadia, thank you for your donation, too, even if I had to say 6-7. Oh, God. Thank you so much. 6 flowers, Elijah. Thank you so much for both of those, guys. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome, cuties. Glad to have you. Hi, Santi. Hi, Skibbity. Hi, user. Again, hi Clara. How you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Fluffy. Hi Dark. How are you? Hi Jeline. Glad to have you here. Hi Rosie. How you guys doing today? Hi Nadia. Hi guys. Hi Tony. Hi guys. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you here. Guys, we're getting close to the point that we're almost like 1/3 the way to 100k, which is insane. That is insane to say. We're getting closer to the point where almost one. I know sorry I'm playing this map a lot, but like look at my wins right now. I'm at 48. I'm probably at 49 if it updates. So like I'm so close to getting 3rd place on this map. So give me a break, okay, with the wins, okay? I'm trying to get more wins. Belly, how are you doing today? Please stop spamming. Guys, make sure to follow or sub, God. But yeah, guys, on YouTube, it's kind of insane since we're like, Elijah, thank you for 22 stars. Ah! Elijah, thank you for the 31 sparkles. 40 sparkles. 44 sparkles. Thank you. 46, 50 sparkles. Thank you so much, Elijah. Hi, Nadia. Hi, Jolene. How you doing tonight? Hi, Lewis. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the sparkles. Ah, that is so nice of you. Hi, Lewis. Hi, Princess. Hi, Make Your Way. Hello, Jinlin. Hi, Farina. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Again, thank you guys for your donations today. Holy, you guys have made me so happy today. I genuinely can't appreciate you guys enough. Thank yous. Hi, Zach. Hi, Evie. Oh, God. I am actually just genuinely so happy right now. It's like, I can't. Hi, BJ. Hi, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the maybe I should rename. Maybe I should just call you B instead, because that sounds bad out of context, and obviously with the current stream, it's probably not great to say that word. Hi, thank you for the 20 stars. I didn't really think about it until after I said it. Oh my God, Elijah, 30 stars, 35 stars, 36 stars. Hi, Boom, 38 star, 40 stars. It's called VTube Studio if you want to not show yourself. Hi, Luna. Hi everyone. Hi Skyla. Hi Luna. Thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Hi Cecil, hi Princess, hi Sasha, hi Jesselyn. Orchard, thank you for the 6-7 donation again. Thank you so much, Orchard, for that. That's really nice of you. Nadia, hi Fluffy, hi Jesselyn, glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Elaine, hi today, welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow her some. Hi Locke, hi Nadia, glad to have you. Hi Zero, how you doing today? Welcome, welcome. L, what do you mean L? Make sure to follow her sub, guys. Glad to have you here. Hi Fluffy. Hi everyone. Hi Isaac. Again, thank you guys for your subs. Hi Royce. Hi Folio. Glad to have you here. Hi Boom. How you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi Brandy. Hi Nikki. How you doing today? Hi Nadia. Okay. Hi Alan. Hi Princess. Guys, we're almost at 400 subs today. Oh my god, we're almost getting just 400. Well, please stop spamming. Nadia, I know you've donated, but please, I will have to mute you and I don't want to. Aaron, thank you so much for the clapping seal. And thank you so much for, thank you for this. Okay, I had to mute you, man. I don't want to be mean. I know you donated, but come on. Elijah, thank you for the hundreds, for the sparkles. Thank you so much. And Corina, thank you for the star. Elijah, thank you for the hundreds so much. Oh my god, thank you for the 32 sparkles. Again. Aaron, thank you for the clapping seal so much. Hi Valley, hi Ina, hi Jane, how you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow yourself. Hi Aaron, hi Melly, glad to have you here. Hi Jane, glad to have you. Make sure to follow her sub, guys. Oh my god, thank you guys again for your donos. Hi Bot Eye, how you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi Trim, how you doing today? I'm so glad to have you guys here today. Hi Elzia. Hi Casey, hi Elijah, thank you for the stars. Elijah, 12 stars, 15 stars, 20 stars, Elijah. 22 stars, Elijah, thank you. Hi Mystery, how are you? Hi Ian, glad to have you. Miss, thank you for the 22 stars. Hi, I don't know, hi Fluffy, how are you doing today? Whatever you read, I'm happy to have you. You're very nice, thank you. Oh my gosh. Hi Bob, hi Jay, hi Paul, hi Jacknyeko, make sure to follow us up here. Hi Mumbo, hi Paxton, hi Mumbo, hi Isis, hi JJ, glad to have you. Hi Jay. Should have follow us guys, Isaac, I want to make sure to follow our source guys. I guess I'm going to put all out. Hi, man. I'm glad to have you. I'm touching you. I make sure to follow our source guys. I can't find out how to get how you guys in there. Why is my mic like that again? Okay. What happened? Guys, okay, sorry. Hello, sorry, my mic was glitchy for a second. Do you guys hear me yet? Is my mic so bad? Is my mic better or no? Hello? Your mic, is it bad? Is the mic bad? Is the mic so bad? It's better, okay. Guys, don't ever get the focus right. 2i2 Gen 3, trust me, don't ever do it. Why are you like that? Hello, I can't hear you. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh god. YouTube, why can't you hear me? Let me go check real quick. I need to get a new microphone. Oh, what the hell? Hello? Oh, there we go. I'm here on YouTube. Hello, everyone who trolled me. You're normal. Thank you guys. Sorry, my mic was bad for a second. You're normal. Guys, do never get the I can hear you. Okay, I'm sorry. Never get the Scarlet 2i2 Gen 3. I'm gonna get a new audio input system eventually, but I don't know when. Lucid, how you doing today? Welcome. Hi, clearly. I might have to. There's a friend that like actually helped in there, like told me yesterday if I ever get something new for that, to try that. Hi, Roraine. Hi, Pushing. How you doing today? Welcome. That would help me out with the settings, so I might try that. Hi, Anna. Hi, Mand. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow her some. Hi everyone, hi Milk, how you guys doing today? Hi everyone, hi Mania, hi Momo, how are you? Hi Casey. Hi guys, bye. Thank you. Hi Momo. Hellos, hi Krish, how you doing today? I hope you're doing okay. I haven't played it. You can get it on phone, but I think it costs money on phone, unfortunately. Hi Nathan, how you doing today? Welcome. Again, thank you guys for their donations, the follows. Elijah, thank you for the stars. It's 8 stars. 12 stars. Elijah, thank you so much for your 20 stars. 27, 30 stars. Fox, thank you so much for the flowers too. Elijah, 40 stars. 4 flowers by Fox, thank you for the 10 flowers. Elijah, thank you for the 50 stars. Thank you so much for the 10 flowers though. By Fox. Elijah, thank you for the 50 stars. Oh my god. I restarted by accident. I pressed the wrong button. No. Hi, Orchard, thank you for the star. Thank you guys for subbing for so long. Chelsea, thank you guys. Thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Hi, Metal. How are you doing today? Guys, if you ever sub, please let me know. I'll give you a shout out. Hello, thank you for the follower sub. Glad to have you here. Hi, username. Hi, Chris. Hi, Orchard. Thank you for the star. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow our sub. Thank you for the sparkles, Orchard. Glad to have you here. Hi, Jelly. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow our sub. Glad to have you here. What are you guys up to? Orchard, thank you for the floating heart. Hi, Fluffy. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you. Hi, Aaron. Glad to have you. Hi, Luna. How are you? Again, thank you for the follows or subs, guys. Elijah, thank you for the flow state. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much, Elijah. Thank you for the flow state. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Elijah. Thank you for the gold coins. Hi, Peace. Hi, Budgie. Thank you so much, Elijah. 3 donations a day. Thank you for the 6 donation. Thank you for the 8. Thank you for the 8 gold coins. 9 gold coins. 10 gold coins. Let's go, Elijah. Thank you so much for that. Hi, Cassie. Oh my god. You guys are like making my life and today so much better today. Thank you guys. Maggie, thank you for the 100s. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Mix. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new. Hello, everyone. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Leb. Hi, Mix. Hi, Rita. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi, Rem. How are you? Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Orchard, thank you so much for the heart. I'm glad to have you here. Hi, Valid. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. You broke the dumpling? How do you break a dumpling? You mean you broke it open? Like, wait, how do you break a dumpling? I mean, like, I can get it breaks in the soup, maybe, if it's, like, in the soup. But how do you, like, break it? You can still eat it, right? Can you give me a name? I'm not saying, like, is it, I don't know. I get, like, you can, like, it can rip open. Is that, like, what happened, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. But, like, hi, guys. Hi, Michael. Hi, Rapper. How are you doing today? Hi, RJC. I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, I can't really stop that, my dude. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing. Hi, Azza. Hi, Lem. Hi, Maggie. How are you doing today? Foom Foom. Thank you for the follow. The squishy. Yeah, it's a squishy tower, guys. Squishy tower, squishy game, squishy life. Again, thank you guys so much for your donations today. Holy. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Casey. Hi, Justy. Again, thank you for the follows, the subs, the donos. Hi, Krish. How you doing there? Make sure to follow or some. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Yun. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Again, Catalin, Michael, thank you guys for coming. Again, thank you for the follows and subs. I am on World 9 right now if you want to come to Nido Tower, guys. So I'm on World 9. I'm trying to get like higher, I'm trying to get higher rank in this game, so that's currently why. Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. Hi, Cookie. How are you doing today? Thank you guys for the follows or subs. Hi, Nato. Hi, Michael. Hi, Jesselyn. Hi, Artsy. It's called Nido Tower, yeah. Hi, Yun. Hi, Zaza. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Hi, Cookie. How are you? Hi, Rhyme. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. Guys, we're almost at we're at 425, which is insane, guys. We're almost out. Squishy dump. Ah, fair enough. Hi, Pastel. Hi, Yun. Guys, we're literally 75 subs away from 500, which we got to 32k today. How did we go to 32k to 32,500 in a day? Holy. I think I did hit 1,000 in the live stream before, but that was like before, you know, that's before they changed the algo, okay? There's a little bit of a difference, but how do you hit it in this day and age and hit 500 in a day? Oh my god. Thanks for the hi, Michael. How you doing there? Make sure to follow or some. Hi, Alina. Glad to have you. Hi, Justy. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Charisma. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Justy. Hi, Jason. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Let's make sure to follow or some. Hi, Nato. Hi Chris, hi Babora, hi Ninde, hi Pastel, hi Mila, how are you? Hi Cassie, glad to have you. Hi Casey, how are you? Hi Mila, hi Vazi, how are you doing today? Welcome, make sure to follow her some. Hi Benedita, how you doing there? Make sure to follow. Hi Donnie. Hi everyone, welcome. Hi everyone, what are you guys up to today? Make sure to follow her some cuties. Hi Toka, hi Mila. Anything fun or exciting today? Hi Jay, how you doing there? Welcome. Make sure to follow or some. Thank you Jay for the star, glad to have you here, hope you're doing well. Hi hello, hi Laura, how you doing there? Welcome, glad to have you here. Hi Rose, how you doing there? Welcome, glad to have you. Make sure to follow her some. Hello, glad to have you guys. Bro, no, I don't want to be mean, but like, bro's just posting now. Eli, thank you so much for the 8 stars. 11 star. Alina, thank you for the gold coin too. 13 stars. Again, thank you guys for your donations today. Holy. Hi Jay, thank you for the floating heart. Glad to have you. How confident? Yeah, I can hear you. Hi Silly, thank you for the heart. Aw, thank you for the star. Again, hi Conrad, hi Heroes, hi Ethan. Oh my god, you guys are so nice. Thank you guys. Make sure to follow her, so I'm glad to have you here. Hi Barbara, hi Jesse, how you doing today? Welcome. Hi Tank, how you doing today? Thank you for the follow, glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Ali, thank you for the gold star. Hi Monty, how you doing today? Thank you for the stars, Ali. Alina, thank you for the flow state. Thank you so much, Alina. Hi Affair. Thank you for the flow state, Alina. Glad to have you. Hi Rivals, hi Evil. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Hi Affair, how you guys doing today? Welcome. Hi Evil, hi Rivals, hello Lonely. How you doing today? Lonely. Hi Pastel, how are you? Hi Kian, hi Iris. Make sure to follow. Hi Kian, hi Cookie, how are you? Thank you guys for coming. Hi Conrad, glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Hi Thea, how you guys doing today? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Jess, how you guys doing today? Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. It's glad to have you here. Any fun? Anything exciting today? Thank you for the stars, Alina. Glad to have you here. Hi, Enfield. Glad to have you. Thank you for the stars. Glad to have you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Eli, thank you. Elijah, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Hi, Billy. Thank you. I'm doing good, Billy. What about you? Elijah, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Hi, Confident. Hi, Brain Rotted. Hi, Puto. How you doing today? Hi, everyone. Hi, Millie. Hi, everyone. Alina, thank you. Alina, thank you so much for the flowers. 3 flowers, Alina. 4 flowers, Alina. 5 flowers, Alina. Thank you so much for those flowers, Alina. Thank you. Hi, Sakura. Hi, OG. Hi, Enfield. How are you today? 5 flowers, Alina. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Hi, Riva. Hi, OG. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Astro. How are you doing? Hi, Sakura. How you doing today? Hi, Javia. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Judy, thank you so much. Cookie, thank you for the gold coin. Hi Daphne, how you doing today? Thank you for the 5 gold coins, Cookie. Holy 9 gold coins. I look away. Another $2 super chat. Thank you guys so much. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry soon. Oh my god, thank you guys. Hi Lena. Oh, I am actually so hot right now and like not like in the like I am like I am overwhelmed with emotion kind of way, which I genuinely can't thank you guys enough for everything. Thank you for the $2 super chat. A1. Thank you guys for the subs too. Oh my god, we're growing so fast. Holy, thank you guys. I really do appreciate it, like genuinely with all my heart. Thank you everyone. Thank you Alina for the thank you for the marshmallow hand, Alina. Thank you by the way for the stars, Cookie and Elijah. Thank you. Hi Jamie. Thank you guys. Welcome from Thailand. We could generally hit 500 today, which is also be insane. Thank you 40 sub. Thank you for 40 stars, Elijah. Thank you for the hide and seek, by the way. I really do appreciate that. Tatui, thank you so much. 50 oh my god, 60 stars, Elijah. Thank you. Orchid, thank you for the star too. 73 stars. Oh my god. 80 stars. Thank you so much for that. Oh my god, thank you, Elijah. 90 stars, 94 stars, 100 stars. I hope your finger is not hurting. 108 stars. Thank you so much. 109. Oh my god, thank you, Elijah. Thank you so much. Hi, you're local. Hi, subscribe. Hi, Mew. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Again, you guys' donations, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god, thank you guys so much. Especially Sasha's originally. Hi, Nowadays. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Ringo. Glad to have you. Mike, thank you for the star. Hi, bro. And one day I will... What? Hi, everyone. Hi, Aiden. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Confident. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow the workshop if you guys are new. Oh my gosh, how are you guys doing right now? Hi, Zoom. Hi, Texas. Hi, Texas. Hi, Jesse. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new here today. Hi, Chill. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Justy. Hi, Teji. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, that you're new. Hi, Justy. Hi, Chill. Guys, what's the best part of your days, if you guys don't mind me asking? I want to know. Hi, Vatmia. Hi, Puto. How you doing today? Thank you, Alina, for the laughing disco. Alina, thank you so much for the laughing disco. Thank you, Alina. Hi, Cassie. How are you? Hi, Casey. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you. Hi, Confident. Glad to have you. Thank you. Hi, Angela. Thank you so much for the laughing disco. Holy. Hi, Angelica. Please stop spamming. I don't want to be mean, but I will mute. Aiden, thank you so much. 99-cent super chat. That does help me out a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Alina, again, thank you for the laughing disco, though. Holy. But just thank you, guys. Any donations you guys give, I promise you, it helps me out more than you guys think. Thank you, guys. And I thought, like I said, you gotta give me something to say it, okay? Hi, Fatnia. Hi, make sure to follow or sub, guys. A lot. Ellie, thank you for the star too. And Fat, sorry. It is Fat. Okay. I thought it was Fat, but you have like UT, it makes it hard to. Hi, Arlo. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the sub. Hi, Candy. How you doing today? Orchard, how you guys doing right now? Thank you guys again for coming. Hi, Claus. Hi, Candace. How many subs are we at? Let me go check. Can you guys stop spamming? Can one guy stop saying bro 20 times? Ellie, thank you so much for your stuff too. How many subs are we at? We're at 53. Okay. We're growing, guys. We are growing fast. Okay, we are growing by a lot. Oh my god, I can't beat stage 1. You can beat it, I promise you. It's not that hard. Thank you, Elijah, for the sparkles. Charlie, thank you for the star too. Hi, Noel. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Vinny. How you doing today? Welcome. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Ellie. Glad to have you for the star. Thank you guys for the follows or subs. Hi, Betty. Hi, Candy. Glad to have you here. Hi, Bello. Hi, Junior. How you doing there? Welcome. Glad to have you. Hi, Tony. Hi, Darla. Hi, Orchard. Hi, Ellie. Thank you for the stars. Hi, Candies. How you doing there? Welcome. Make sure to follow us up. Driving. How are you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Bricks. How you doing today? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys for the follows and subs for you guys. Hi, Justy. Again, thank you guys for your donos today. Hi, Cookie. Thank you guys again for being here. Hi, Dennis. Ali, thank you so much for the star. Thank you for the... it's Ali. Thank you. Brick, thank you for the laughing disco. Thank you, Brick, so much for the laughing disco today. Holy, thank you. Hi, Artist. Hi, Cookie. How are you? I'm not gonna say... Make sure wanting something does not give you the right to say it or have it. I'm not gonna say it. See, I proved your point. I proved your point with your own logic. Thank you so much for the laughing disco. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hello, welcome. Glad to have you. Hi, No. Hi, everyone. Hi, Femboy. How you guys doing today? Hi, Driving. How are you? Make sure to follow us up. Glad to have you. Hi AW. Hi Milo. Hi everyone. Welcome. Glad to have you. Again, thank you guys for your donations. Welcome. Hi up. Hi Nugget. How you? Meow. You happy? Hi Barbaria. Hi All Wall. How you doing there? Welcome. Glad to have you. Again, thank you guys. How many wins do we have in this right now? Holy. We have, oh, we got 52 wins. Elijah, thank you for the start. 53 if you count this one, which I don't think it counts yet, so. Hi everyone, glad to have you as well. I think, guys, how many subs are we at right now? Guys, I can't tell the subs because it's too small on my one monitor and it's not updated on my stream right now, so I can't see it. Guys, tell me how many subs we got. I want to know. Hi Claude, hi Endura, glad to have you here. Thank you guys. Ghostly, how are you? Only, thank you for coming. Aiden, thank you for the another 99-cent super chat. Let's go, Aiden. I'm proud of you. Thank you for sending so many super chats, guys. I don't care what amount you send. They all help me out. So thank you guys so much for your donations again. Oh, God, I'm going to cry. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Isaac. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, guys. Hi, Paul. Again, thank you for the follows, the subs, the donations, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Guys, thank yous. Hi, Lisa. Allison, thank you for the star. Hi, boy. How are you doing today? Welcome. Hi, everyone. Hi, Zuby. How are you? Hi, Amar. Hi, Real. Hi, Endura. How you doing today? Hi, Claudia. Hi, Sarah. How yous? Hi, Brain. How yous? Hi, Only. Hi, Mike. How you? Again, thank you for the followers. Up, guys. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. What's the best part of you guys' day so far? Hi, Kaden. Hi, Beast. Hi, Jen. How you doing today? Thank you guys for your donations. Ellie, again, thank you. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you so much for another flow state. Thank you guys for the float state. Hi, James. Hi, Jade. Thank you so much. Hi, Jen. Hi, Glory. Thank you, Allison, for the star. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Hi, Prince. Hi, Zero. How you doing today? Hi, Joyce. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Zen. Hi, Glory. How are you? Hi, Allison. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Zendon. How you guys doing today? Hi, Argus. Hi, Ellie. How you doing today? Hi, AFD. How are you? Hi, Enduro. Thank you, Allison, for the stars. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. 2 stars. Let's go, guys. Hi, Meth. Hi, Kane. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Sparkle. How are you? Hi, Carlos. How you guys doing today? Hi, Kayla. How you doing there? Make sure to follow her some. Hi, Keenan. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Yan. How you doing today? Welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. Hi, Cherry. Hi, Roblox. Hi, Glory. Hi, Amy. How are you doing today? I like them. Oh, well, I'm glad you do. Thank you guys for the follows and subs. Hi, Smuffy. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. Hi, Lisa. How you guys doing there? Hi, Jeremy. How are you? Hi, Girly. How are you guys doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys. If you're new, it does help out. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Kelly. How are you guys doing? Hi, Great. Hi, Magical. How are you? Hi, Argus. How are you? Hi, Claudia. Hi, Brain. Hi, Smother. Hi, Carlos. Smothy, glad to have you here. Hi, Ambi. How are you? Bro, I need 500, man, too. Don't get me wrong. I get it. It does suck. I don't have it, though. Guys, thank you. I'm a developer, by the way. Oh, you're a developer? Are you a developer for Nido Tower or a developer for a different thing? I mean, if it's your own game, I'm taking sponsorship, so hey. Make sure to follow or some. Yeah, if you want to join. Hi, Magical. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Again, thank you for the follows and subs. Hi, Magical. Hi, Elvin. Hi, Kiera. Guys, what's the best part of your day? Different game. Okay, fair. Hi, Sour. Makes sense, son. Hi, Kesley. Hi, Yasmin. How are you guys? Please make sure to sub if you guys haven't. Guys, what's our total sub count right now? So you see the thing at the top? How many subs do we have right now? I want to know. Hi, Claudia. Because I can't see it right now, unfortunately. So I don't know how many subs we are. Guys, make sure to follow or sub, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for that. I really can't thank you guys enough. You guys are amazing. Thank you, guys. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Glory. 3070. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's go, guys. Thank you. 4071. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Hi, guys. 29 more subs. Glad to have you. Hi, Dominator. How you doing today? Hi, Babora. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Make sure to follow. Hi, Glory. Hi, Babora. How you guys doing today? Make sure to follow or something. What the hell? That guy's kind of good. Hello, hello. Again, thank you for the follows or sub, guys. No, I'm not 15, guys. I hope that is really obvious. I'm not even, I am adult, so. Hi up. Hi, Moni. How you doing today? Welcome. Make sure to follow or sub. I'm gonna drink water real quick. Oh, fuck. Sorry. I drink water. It hit my throat badly. I was like, oh, I hurt. Help. Hi guys. Oh, my bottle, my water cap. So you guys ever have like a water cap, like a cap to your water, right? And I was trying to drink it. Hi Hooch. Hi Monia. Glad to have you. Hi B. How are you guys doing? Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you guys are new. Thank you guys. Hi Evil. Again, thank you guys for the subs today. I really do appreciate it. How are you guys? How is everyone? I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you guys. Hi Farah. Hi channel. Hi Fidget. Hi Rude. How are you doing today? Hi Yasmin. Hi Glory. How are you guys doing today? Make sure to follow us. I'm glad to have you here. What do you guys? What's the best part of your guys' day so far? Hi Yasmin. Hi Sokor. Hi Dominic. How yous? Hi Izzy. Hi Edgar. Hi Yasmin. Hi Izzy. Hi Just. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi Lochiro. How you doing today? Make sure to follow us up, guys. Hi Jojo. Thank you for coming. How many people are here now? Oh, 31. That's fair. Hi guys. I do want to say thank you so much for the donations today, guys. Hi Silly. Hi Edgar. Like generally, I can't appreciate everybody who's donated today. Like you guys are amazing for that. Holy. Like I know my throat's a little dead, but like I generally can't thank you guys enough for your donations. David, thank you for the 100. Like generally, Lawbit, thank you for the stay hydrated. Lawbit, thank you so much for that. Oh my god, thank you so much, Lawbit. That is actually amazing. You did not need to do that, so thank you guys. Thank you, Lawbit. Oh my god. I didn't. Oh my god, I might cry soon. I might actually cry. Hi Silly. Hi Sour. How are you? Hi Ballbit. Hi Confirmed. How are you doing today? Welcome. Again, thank you for the follows and subs. Lawbit, thank you so much again. How many subs are we at now, guys? Oh my god. Hi, I thought. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Lawbit. I might cry a little bit. What about a little crying, okay? Is a little crying okay? Hi, Cookie. No, it's okay. If you guys can't gift, it's okay, guys. I appreciate you just being here and watching my stream and just, like, enjoying it, right? That's all that matters. As long as you're enjoying it, you're having fun, and you like being in my stream. I generally can't thank you guys enough for that. David, thank you for the 6-7! God, I have to say it, but David, thank you so much for the 6-7. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Hi, Clara. I can read Brazil. I think that's called Portuguese. Although there's Portuguese, Brazilian, and some Brazilians are pretty adamant that it's a different language. I mean, okay, well, I want to say that, but still. Hi guys, make sure to follow or some. Hey Gracie. Hi me. How you doing today? Guys, who you guys? This is a pre-recorded. No, it's not pre-recorded. I mean, pre-recorded and the people are. I think your IQ is a bot. I'm gonna be honest here, bro. I'm literally responding to your chat comment, but okay. Yes, of course, bots would give out donations. That makes so much sense. Like that's the smartest. Pre-recorded. I think the only thing that's pre-recorded is your parents' divorce. What the? I don't even know. That's not even an insult. I'm sorry. Not funny IRL. Just like your parents and your mom. Anyway, make sure to follow. I'm tired. I can't roast people. Hello, welcome. Bro's just sad though. It's okay. It's okay. Bro has to have a creepy pasta because he thinks it's funny. Anyway. He probably has a never mind. Okay. I won't roast more. I mean, it's not really worth my time. Make sure to follow us, so I'm glad to have you. Sorry, I'm tired. I was trying to roast and I couldn't come up with anything funny. I see it. He's right. I'm not funny. I'm hilarious. Can you shout out on my YouTube? Thank you guys for the follows or sub, guys. Hello, David. Hi, hello, everyone. How many subs are we at now? We might have to hit the goal tomorrow, which is fine with me, to be honest. Hi, Renya. How you doing there? Guys, 16 more subs, by the way, today. I mean, to be fair, even if we hit the goal today, we probably go under immediately, which is fine. That's just how sub goals go. It's like YouTube is like, let's remove half of those subs, okay? And then you pretend like they don't exist, and then we're good, okay? It's like, okay, YouTube, I get it. Hi, Mushi. How you doing there? Welcome. Hi, Accelerator. Glad to have you here. Hi, Triangle. Hi, Magyar. What time is it? It is currently 3:07 a.m. Hi, Triangle. How are you? Pretty early, huh? Hi, Jules. How are you doing there? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi, Thought. How you doing there? Welcome. Glad to have you. Hi, Tide. Hi, Cheetos. Hi, Earth. Hi, Jules. How you know? Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Accelerators. Glad to have you. Hi, Jules. Hi, Triangle. Again, thank you for the donations, everyone. I really do appreciate everything you give. Thank you, guys. I really can't thank you guys enough. Oh my god, thank you, everyone. You guys are amazing and wonderful people. Every one of you guys here, I do promise. I really can't thank you guys enough, guys. Hello, hellos. How you guys doing today? Thank you, guys. Oh, guys, we're literally 11 subs away from our goal. Holy, we're close. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the stars, Alina. Glad to have you here. David, thank you for the what's it called? Reina, thank you as well for it. David, thank you for the gold coin. Oh, my throat's starting to hurt. Oh god, guys, I'm gonna get to my sub goal of 500, and I probably have to end. My throat is like killing me right now. I'm sorry. Like I held it for a second. I was like, oh wait, it's hurting really badly. Okay, I gotta end. Hi, Indigenous. Hi, Indian. Hi, Joshua. Mine too. So I gotta have to end after we hit it. But let's get to our sub goal, guys. Let me use the restroom actually for a little break too. It's called Nido Tower. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. I got some water. I ran out, so that's why I went to the... I also washed my hands. I just need a break. Hello, make sure to follow. I need to brush my teeth. Oh, I forgot. Well, I do it at night. I guess I don't need to do it yet. Happy 4th of July! Guys, if you have not subbed yet, please go sub, okay? And also, thank you guys for the donation today. Guys, we need 9 more subs today. 9 more subs, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Hi, Madia. Hi, Zuko. Hi, everyone. Hi, Madia. Make sure to sub or follow if you guys are new. Sub or follow, everyone's. Thank you, Alina, for the stars. 3 stars. 4 stars. Oh, my God. 6 stars. 10 stars, Alina. Oh, my God. 9, 13, 15 stars. Holy. Thank you, Alina, for the 15 stars. Head pats. Yeah. Thank you, Minnie. Thank you for the stars and donations and for David, thank you for the 6-7 donations. Thank you so much, David. Thank yous. Savage, thank you for the star too. David, thank you for the 6-7 donation. Oh my god, I hate that to say it, but yeah, thank you so much for it. Thank you guys. Oh my god, how many subs? Okay, we need 6 more subs, guys, to our goal. I believe everybody on YouTube can sub. Thank you, Toka, for the sub. So everybody, go sub right now, YouTube. Everybody, if you're not subbed. Hi, Alex. Thank you for the follow. Glad to have you too. How many followers are on TikTok? Oh, 6. Okay. Well, let's not also... Savage, thank you for the 6-7. For the another 6-7. Savage, thank you guys so much. Hi, Urge. Hi, I thought. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Alone. How you doing there? Welcome. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new. It does help me out. Thank you guys again. And thank you for the followers and subs, everyone. Hello. Thank you, Alina, for the sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Gojo. How are you? Hi, UGC. Hi Jotes, how you doing today? Make sure to follow or sub. Gojo, I don't want to mute you UGC, but I might have to. I'm gonna give you a minute mute, okay? I don't want to be mean, but like you are spamming a lot, so it's a little bit. I need a little break from that. Hi David, glad to have you here. We hit 500. Let's go. 500 guys. Hi Savage. Hi George. Hi Lionel. Hi Messi. Hi Gloria. Hi Yinko. Hi No. Thank you guys for your donations. Let's go. Guys, let's get some laughing discos and clapping teals for 500, guys. We can do it. Hi Raptor. Hi Gojo. Be sure to follow or sub if you guys are new. Hi Rosie. Hi Denki. How are you? I thought I was funny. Thanks for coming. Hi Chillwind. How are you doing today? Hi Bornies. Hi No. Thank you for coming. Hi Nini. How are you? Long time no see. Thank you guys. David, thank you for the happy. I appreciate it so much, David. Thank you. Thank yous. Hi Avery. Glad to have you. Hi Leon. Hi Dwayne. How you doing there? Welcome. Hi Brian. Hi Alina. Glad to have you. Thank you for the hundreds, Alina. Glad to have you. Thank you for the hundreds. Thank you for 1500s. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Cherry. How you doing there? Welcome. Hi David, thank you for the star. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you here. Hi Nicole, glad to have you here. Hi David, thank you for the star. Thank you for the sparkle. Hi Renjiro, how are you? Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you here. Again, thank you guys for your what the hell? Okay. Oh, we got a new member today? I didn't even see that. I'm so sorry. Thanks for the heart, me, Cyber. Oh god, it says my internet dying. Alina, thank you for the 5 stars. Glad to have you here. It's called Nido Tower, guys. Nido Tower. Needoh. Alina, thank you so much for the sparkles. Hi, Day. How are you doing today? Haha, Day. How are you doing today? I'm so funny, guys. I'm comedic genius. Hi everyone, hi Marie, how you doing? Make sure to follow her some. Hi Rami, how are you? Hi Dark, hi Romney, hi Moon. Make sure to follow her sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi Dark, hi Pomerage, how are you? And thank you for the follows and subs, guys. I do appreciate it. 56 woods, let's go. Oh my god, we're getting so many wins. Hi Day, hi Cyber. Hi Rami, hi Bubble. Alina, thank you for the gift of the heart. I appreciate it. Cyber, thank you for the heart plus and the 2. Alina, thank you for the 3 hearts. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. 4 hearts. Oh my god, thank you for 4 hearts. Hi Kaylee, hi Pizza, hi everyone. Hi Bubblegum, how are you? Hi everyone, thank you guys for the follows and subs today. I do appreciate it. Hi Day, how are you? Hi Russia, how you doing there? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi Jacob, hi Bubble. Again, thank you for the follower sub. Hi Mister, how are you? Hi Ghost, how are you? Hi Ruth, how you doing there? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi Ari, glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well, whatever you're doing today. Again, thank you guys for the subs. Hello, sir. Alina, thank you for the GGs, Alina. That is so nice of you. Thank you, Alina. That pat's for you. I like your VTuber. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Oh god, my PC dying. My PC decided it does not like me today. Thank you for the hundreds. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Let me delete some stuff real quick and then hopefully... Oh, goddamn it. I deleted one thing I needed to. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. If you guys are new, it does help out. Thank you for the gift. Oh my god, hey, thank you for the Alina. Thank you, Damez, thank you for the goat trophy. Amadez, thank you so much, Damez, for the goat trophy. Thank you for the 100, Maddie. Thank you so much for the goat trophy. Oh my god, thank you so much for that. Hi David, hi Maddie. Did you watch football? Not as of recent, but I have watched it. Thank you so much for the ghost trophy. Hi, thank you. Make sure. Maddie, thank you for the hearts. Glad to have you here. Hi, Minnie. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Devil. Thank you guys for the trophies. Thank you both, Sharon, for the gold coins. Hi, Romney. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the gift too. Thank you, Maddie, for the 2 stars. Glad to have you. Hi, Abiki. How are you? Hi, y'all. How you doing today? Hi, Ducky. How are you doing today? Hi, Two-Face. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, boss. Make sure to follow our sub, guys. Hi, Yuri. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Aiden. Glad to have you here. Hi, Lexi. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Again, thank you for the follow. Hi, Leah. How you doing today? Maddie, thank you for the heart, for the float. Ah, Maddie, thank you for the sparkles. Glad to have you here. Hi, Jay. Thank you for the sparkles. Glad to have you here. Thank you, Maddie, for the sparkles. Glad to have you. Hi, Two Time. How are you? Make sure. Hi, Mickey. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Sion. Hi, Yuki. How are you doing today? Hi, thank you, Maddie, for the floating heart. Glad to have you here. You remind me. Yeah, some people compare me to them, but yeah. Again, thank you for the follow and sub, everyone. Glad to have you. Hi, Leo. Hi, May. Hi, Man. How are yous? Hi, Ani. Hi, Leo. Hi, Darkness. Hi, Gilsey. Thank you, Maddie, so much for the happy. Again, thank you as well for the trophy. Hi, Apple. Hi, KZD. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Maddie. Glad to have you. Hi, Sam. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Naomi. Glad to have you. Hi, Liel. Glad to have you. Hi, Demaz. No, it's okay. Don't worry, Demaz. Your goat trophy was amazing, and I appreciate you so much for the goat trophy you already gave. You don't not need to give that, so yeah. Hi, Maddie. Thank you so much for the star. I mean, hey, if you want to give another goat trophy, I'd probably start crying. Don't get me wrong. I really can't thank you enough for your donation, so I promise you. Thank you. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Joro. Hi, Danny. How are you? Hi, Mickey. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or some. Again, guys, glad to have you. What's the best part of you guys' day so far? Oh my god. Hi, boss. How are you? Yeah, Robux, because I want Robux. I don't give out Robux, guys. I'm not the Roblox giver YouTuber. I know there's YouTubers that do that, but thank you for the hundreds, Alina. Glad to have you here. Guess your favorite type of Roblox game. Thank you so much for the hundreds. Maddie, thank you for the 2 jewels too. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Again, thank you for the follows, the subs, the donations. Hi, Recall. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Alina, thank you so much for the gold coins, Alina. Thank you. And Maddie, thank you so much again. I'm glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Alina, for your gifts. I can't thank you guys enough. Give me 1 second. I am checking something really quickly. Why is it running so much? Oh my god. Yeah, thank you for the followers and subs, everyone. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, well. I guess the world may never know. Hello, Jack. Hello, everyone. Oh, my theme right now. Memory. Okay, sorry. I had to reload the stream real quick. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you here. Again, thank you. Oh my god, did 2 people send laughing discos? Thank you for the laughing disco, Silly. Silly, I'm so sorry if I didn't see the laughing discos. Thank you so much for that. My computer decided to blow up for a second, so I'm so sorry. It paused it. Thank you so much, Silly. Thank you for the jewels too. And Maddie, thank you as well for the star. Silly gave 2 laughing discos. Holy Silly. Hi, Roxy. Hello. Silly, thank you. You MVP for the laughing discos today. Holy, thank you, Silly, so much. You're welcome. Hi, Lorenzo. Hi, everyone. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Pixola. Blue Onion, thank you for the gold coin. Hi, Bubble. Hi, Meep. Hi, Demez. No, it's okay. Don't worry. I really do appreciate it. Maddie, thank you for the good have fun. Silly, thank you, though, for the 2 laughing discos. And again, thank you for the gold, for the trophy. I really do appreciate it. Silly, thank you for another laughing disco. Holy Silly, thank you, sir. You're silly with giving those laughing discos out. Oh my god, sorry, easy joke. Thank you so much. I am unsubscribing. Okay, you can unsub if you want. Thank you for the GG, Maddie. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Silly is very silly in a good way. In the best of ways, they're silly, okay? Silly is very nice, Silly. Hi, Amber. Hi, Morin. How you doing there? Thank you guys for your donos. Hi, Lawi. Hi, Roxy. How are you? Hello. How are you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Nadja. Hi, Recall. Hi, Luke. Thank you, Maddie, for the hundreds. Glad to have you here. Hi, Recall. Hi, Bubblegum. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mr. Cross. How are you? Hi, everyone. I was being kidding. Wow, I got 50 drip. Oh, yeah. If you want to give me anything with the gems you have left, I would love it. Thank you, Maddie, for the 100. Glad to have you. I'm trying to join. It's called Nito Tower, and if you guys want my username, here you guys go. Hi, Maddie. Thank you for the stars. Glad to have you here. But yes, guys, give any donation you guys want to. It really does help me out. Hi, Mocha. Hi, Luke. How are you? Hi, Recall. Thank you guys for coming. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Glad to have you here. For now, make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Demaz. Hi, guys. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you here. Hi, Demaz. Hi, Silly. Thank you for the 100. Glad to have you here. Hi, Recall. Hi, Bubble. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Silly, for the stars. Hi, you. Glad to have you. Thank you for the stars, Silly. Glad to have you. Again, Silly, thank you for the stars. 17 stars, Silly. I'm so happy to have you. Hi, Xavier. How are you doing today? 18 stars. Let's go, Silly. I'm proud of you. Hi, Tamara. Glad to have you. Hi, Bubblegum. How are you? Hi, Nardar. Hi, Recall. How are you? Hi, Rix. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Eva. Hi, Recall. Hi, Rebecca. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new. Adrian, thank you so much for the makeup brush. Glad to have you. Hello, Silly. Hi, everyone. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Thank you guys for coming. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Adrian. Thank you for the sparkles. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, guys. Why is my spelling trash? Trash spelling is normal, okay? Thank you, Lolach. Thank you for the gold coin. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Cameron. Hi, Shelly. Glad to have you here. Hi, everyone. Thank you for your donos. Again, thank you guys so much for everything you have gifted today. Holy. Hi, Adrian. Thank you for the chili. Hi, Rex. Do you even read chats? I'm literally reading like almost every chat I get. What do you mean I don't read chats? Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Shara. It's like asking if I know the time. Maya, thank you for the laughing disco, Maya. Thank you. And Silly, thank you so much for the 2 stars. Maddie, thank you for the hundreds. Thank you so much for the laughing disco, though. Hi, Rousey. Rousey, thank you for coming to my game. Hi, Gravy. How are you? Hi, bro. I don't add people. I'm sorry, but if you do want to join me, I am playing the tower. Hi, Rings. Hi, Luke's. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Katie. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Dark. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. So, Onion. Yeah, thank you guys again for your donations today. Holy. Adrian, thank you for the stars. Hi, Trevor. How are you? Yeah, it's fine if you guys can't speak English. Hi, Doc. How are you doing today? Thank you for the stars. Hi, Emma. Glad to have you. Hi, Demian. Hi, Story. How are you? Hi, Evelyn. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Trevor. How are you? Hi, Coyote. How you guys doing? Make sure to follow or some. Hi, Silly. Hi, Trevor. What are you guys up to today? Make sure to follow or some. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you. Thank you guys for your follows. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the new people here. And again, thank you guys, System. How you doing? Thanks for the follow. Whoop boy, Cameron. Thank you guys so much for the new everybody here. Fish is fish. I do like fish. Fish is good. Fish. Hi, Philo. How you doing today? Charlie, thank you for the gold coin again. Thank you so much for that. Hi, bro. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Pretty. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Bubblegum. Hi, Luke. Hi, everyone. I appreciate all the donations and follows. Hi, Coyote. Hi, Tunerin. I'm very... Hi, Adrian. Nana, glad to have you for the heart. I came back. Thank you for coming back. Silly, thank you for the 100. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Silly, for your donation. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Tony Cat. How are you? Hi, Toa. Hi, Darlin. How you doing today? Hi, Turney. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Evelyn. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hello, Darlene. Thank you guys for the follows. Your subs. Glad to have you here. Hi, Kira. Hi, Kirio Beta. How you doing today? Hi, Turin. Hi, From. Hi, Trevor. Again, thank you for the followers or subs. Hi, Ola. Hi, Mary. Hi, Desi. How you guys doing today? Hi, Brian. And thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. You guys are so nice today. Holy. Hi, Con. Hi, Victoria. Con. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Lovely. How are you? You guys just know that you guys are very lovely. I'm so cringe. Charlie, thank you for the sparkles. Hi, Special. How are you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Eva. Hi, Isaac. Glad to have you here. Hi, Melvin. How you doing today? Hi, Ola. Hi, Turin. Hi, Turum. Hi, Amber. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Knifer. How are you? Hi, Con. Glad to have you here. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi. Everyone is spamming. It's kind of be hard. Hi, Colin around. Guys, if you want to shout out, you need to sub and say that you subbed in chat, okay? Hi, Teresa. Glad to have you. Hi, Ying. Glad to have you. Hi, Luke. How are you doing? Make sure to follow and say I sub. Yeah, I remember you guys. Remember me. Remember me. Anatano. Thank you for the sub. Thank you, Trevor, for the sub. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Special. Hi, Ying. Thank you for the sub. Hi everyone, hi Tamara, hi Con, hi Special. Again, thank you guys for the follows and subs. Hi Teresa, hi Isaac, glad to have you here. Be sure to follow or sub, guys, glad to have you guys here. Hi Trevor, how you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi Wolf Boy. Again, thank you guys. Hi Con, hi Victoria. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new. How you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. Anything fun, anything exciting today? Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi Brianna. Glad to have you. Hi Isaac. Thank you for coming. Glad to have you here. Hi everyone. Hi Alzerion. Hi Dolan. Hi Khan. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow worship. Hi Khan. Hi Jamie. Hi Isaac. How you doing today? Chicken nuggets. There you go. You're happy. No pipe cleaner. I had pipe cleaner and then I used it all, and the pipe didn't unclean, unfortunately. When you use pipe cleaner and it still doesn't clean. Hi King, glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Divine, how are you? Hi Caitlin. Guys, again, thank you for the subs and follows today. Hi Coca-Cola, how are you doing today? Hi Jessica. Guys, 19 more subs today, guys. 19 until we get 600, which is insane. Hi Trevor. Hi Colin. Hi Adid. Hi Lacey. Hi Colin. Hi everyone. Thank you guys for the follows and all new people. I am so happy today. Hi Thomas. Thomas, long time no three. Malachi, thank you by the way for the 10 jewels. I haven't seen you in a Thomas in a while. I do know you. You're on my TikTok, right? Hi Lacey. Hi Conron. How you doing? Make sure to follow or something. Seeing you in Breaking Bad. Hi Conron. Hi everyone. Glad to have you here. Again, thank you guys for your donation today. Yeah, I always remember my donators. I know you did. You donated a bit, so I really appreciate that, and it helps me out a lot back then. So I can't thank you enough again. Hi everyone. Make sure to follow or something. What is your TikTok? My TikTok is Jacknyeko if you're curious. My Instagram is also Jacknyeko. Actually, I'm gonna give out my Instagram if you guys want to go check that out real quick. Because I know some of you guys question if I have one, and I'll just put it in chat right now since some of you guys want to follow it. So, hi Maddie, hi Trevor, and some of you guys use Instagram more. So there you guys go. There's my Instagram if you guys want to go follow real quick. Hi Lona, hi Molt. Hi everyone. Hi Elena, hi Londa. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Adam. I said it once. I literally said the word once and you're like, stop saying it. Unless you're talking about the chatter, and then that's fair. If you keep saying it, I'll mute it because that gets annoying. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new. It does help me out. Also, guys, don't be like right on top of me if I play obbies. I don't want to be mean at all. It's just like it gets a little bit headachy. I'm gonna have to mute with the one guy who keeps spamming like 27 times. Guys, I already said it. I already said the word, my dude. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute you. I already said it 10. I already said it, man. Hi Katie, how you doing today? Hi Trevor, hi Lina. Again, thank you for the followers and stuff. Hi Galaxia, hi Ellie. Pre-recorded stream. Bro, I'm literally talking to chat. Like, how dumb are you guys to think it's a pre-recorded stream? I don't want to be mean. No offense. I'm not trying to be offensive with that. Hi, Mick. But, like, I'm literally playing with viewers who are following me right now. How is this pre-recorded? So there's someone jumping in front of me. And I'm saying this live. Oh my god, guys. I don't know. I don't think you know what pre-recorded means, okay? I really don't think you know what pre-recorded means. The only thing that was pre-recorded is your IQ test because it's clearly too high. I'm sorry, that's really mean. It's kind of funny though. I don't know why these jokes are so bad, but sometimes I find it funny myself, and I shouldn't. Like, it's so bad, I shouldn't. Hi Lily, hi Vinci. It's called Nido Tower if you're curious about the game. Hi Loan, thank you. Hi Luanda. Hi guys, make sure to follow. Glad to have you. Hello, hellos. Make sure to follow. Hi Official, glad to have you. Hi Divine. Sometimes my jokes are so bad I laugh at them because of how bad they are. Ultimate rage bit. See, now you bro's moving the goalpost. It became from pre-recorded to ultimate rage bit. Yeah, moving the goalpost. I see. You're trying to move the goalpost. Keep moving them. You can keep moving them. Trying to move the goalpost. I see you. Pre-recorded stream. Your parents were pre-recorded. Haha. Anyway. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi Zadia, glad to have you. Thank you Moon for the sub. Sorry, I want to even say it's roasting. I just make jokes. Hi Zod, how you doing today? Welcome. Jokes are roasting's actually, like, you know, you can get it. Okay, what? That doesn't make sense. Hi Bency, thank you for the follow. Guys, make sure to donate if you guys want to donate. I really do appreciate your donations, guys. Generally, thank you so much, guys. I generally can't thank you. Hi Rosie, hi Jade, how are you? Hi Zaid, hi Rosie, how are you guys doing today? Make sure to follow or sub if you guys are new. What are you guys up to today? Hi Billy, hi Alyssa, how you doing there? Welcome. Again, thank you for the follows and subs. How many wins do we have today? We have 60. Jesus, we increased the wins by a lot. I was like, oh, we got a few more wins today. And then we're like, oh, I got 60. Granted, I'm not like near the record or anything. Hi, Dwayne. Thank you for the star. Glad to have you here. But it's like, you know, it's a decent amount of increase. Hi, Dave. How you doing there? Welcome. Why am I on the total luck? I'm 5th. Oh, Jesus Christ. How did I get to 5th? Okay. That's pretty cool. Hey Dave, hi Italy. I mean, granted, it's gonna be this, like, the next part of that is harder, but I mean, it's okay. Hi Caroline, hi Rozzy, how you doing today? Welcome. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Did we hit 600 yet? Hi little bro. Hi Caroline, thank you guys if we hit 600. I can't tell, but I hope we did. I think we did. Let me go check. Hi Abel, glad to have you here. 600. Oh no, we're 1 away. Okay. Abby, thank you for those hundreds. Glad to have you. Am I a VTuber? Yes, I'm a VTuber. Hi Abby, glad to have you. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new. Hi Laura, how are you? Hi, it's Tilly. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi Chili. Hi Small. How are you? Hi Parsa. How you guys doing today? Make sure to follow or sub, guys. It does help me out. Thank you for the donations. Hi Mark. How you doing there? Welcome. Glad to have you. Hi 1200. Hi Leah. Hi Editor. Hi Catboy. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi Damien. Oh, hey, I mean, I don't know, man. Hi Dennis. Hi Neva. How you doing today? Welcome. Again, thank you guys for the follows and subs today. You guys are amazing for those. Hi it's hi Patricia. How are you? Again, thank you guys for your donations, everyone. Genuinely, can't thank you guys enough if you donate anything you guys give. Hi Demon. How are you? I can't appreciate you guys enough for your donations today. Holy, thank you. 607. Hi Demez. Hi Mango. How are you? Hi Xai. How you doing? Welcome. Hi Nick. Hi Skiz. Hi Prototype. How are you? Again, thank you guys for the follows and subs, everyone. Again, oh my god. Hi Erden. Hi Kaylin. How are you? Hi Chocolate for Life. How are you? Hi Dinez. Hi Jedden. How you guys doing? What was? You're my favorite YouTuber. Well, I'm glad I can be your favorite. Makes me happy. Hi Luffy. Hi XC. Glad to have you. Hi Moonlight. How are you doing today? Welcome. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Hi, Skiz. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you. Oh, God, I fell. Hi, CBY. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, XI. How you guys doing today? Hi, Demez. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Hi, Lazy. Hi, Leo. Hi, Alva. Hi, Lauro. Hi, Muffin. Hi, TNT. Hi, Random. Hi, Rareman. Hi, make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Kuzi VR. Let's how you doing today? Hi, Laurose. Hi, Marco. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Skiz. Hi, Christina. Hi, Dade. Hi, George. How yous? Again, thank you for the follow or subs. Hi, Dino. Hi, Rilla. Hi, Fritz. Hi, Mana. Hi, Grass. Hi, Gumball. How you doing today? Hi, Darren. Hi, Elena C. Glad to have you here. Hi, Skiz. How you guys doing today? Hi, George. Hi, Zaid. How are you? Again, thank you for the follows and subs, guys. Moz. Hi, Lana. Thank you as well. Hi, Trevin. Hi, Moonlight. Hi, Cyber. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Hi, George. Hi, Prototype. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, welcomes. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, everyone. Thank you, guys. What's the best part of your day? Hi, Cruz. How are you? I love Muffin. Hi, Omni. How are you? Thank you guys for coming. Hi, Red Bucket. Hi, Keener. Hi, Ra. Hi, Vidal. Hi, Crit. Eyes. What's the best part of your day? Hi, George. Thank you, George, for the sub. Glad to have you. Baka! How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Cyber. Hi, LaRosha. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? Hi, Zaid. Thank you, guys. Thank you, George, for the sub. Baki, thank you for your gifts. Hi, Alvins. How you doing today? Welcome, welcomes. Hi, Zaid. Hi, Skis. Hi, Zika. I did fall, unfortunately. Hi, Plastic. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Love Monitor. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome, guys. Glad to have you. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, I can get rid of the one thing now. I gotta get rid of it. No. Hello, everyone. Glad to have you. Hope you guys are doing well. Whatever you guys are doing. I'll do the thing so for it. Hello, welcome, welcome. Guys, what's the best part of your days? If you guys don't mind me asking. Oh, wrong thing. There you go. Sorry, I blanked up the wrong thing. Hi, guys. Hi, Heart. How are you doing today? Thank you, guys. Welcome back for coming. Thank you for coming back. Glad to have you. Thank you for the finger hearts, Baka. Thank you so much. I don't know when I'm ending exactly. Probably later, but I'm not sure when. When I feel like it, I guess. Baka, thank you for the 15 finger hearts. And the 2 donuts, Baka. Thank yous. Hi, Demez. Thank you, Baka. I hope you're having a great day today. Holy, thank you, Baka. Hi, Bubblegum. Hi, Omni. Hi, Axie. Thank you for the F, Thomas. Glad to have you. Gun. Very gun. Pew pew. Hi, Simp. Hi, Recall. How you doing? Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Hi, Excel. Hi, Recall. How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the hand hearts! Baka, thank you for the hand hearts. It's really nice to you. Hi, Aurora. Hi, everyone. Glad to have yous. Oh, congrats on the 50. Thank you for the hearts, Baka! What the? Oh my god, Baka is spoiling me. Thank you so much, Baka, for your donations today. Holy, thank yous. Hi, Vola. Hi, Kuko. Thank you, Baka, so much for those. Hi, AJ. Hi, Furry. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Baka. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Bubble. Hi, I forgot. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Bubble. Hi, everyone's. Again, thank you for the follows. Hi, Mariel. Hi, Oren. How you doing today? Hi, Renlin. Are we good enough? Thank you for the budding heart, Baka. Thank you so much for that. Holy, Baka. Thank yous. I know this game. I played these games before. Baka, thank you so much for your donos, though. Hi, Dara. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, Baka, thank yous. Head pats for you. You're cute. Thank you so much. Hi, Commander. Hi, Quit. Hi, Curdy. Hi, Alvins. How are yous? Hi, Moonlight. It's called Nido Tower if you want to play. Nido Tower. Hi, Austin. How are you doing today? New to your channel. Welcome if you're new. Make sure to sub if you guys can. What can I call you? You can call me Jack. So most people just refer to me as Jack. Hi, Axie. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Thank you for the donos. Hi, Demarge. How you doing today? Make sure to follow or some. Hi, Mario. Hi, FG. Hi, Kurt. How you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. I forgot. Hi, Bubble. Hi, Axia. Hi, Legrand. How you doing today? Hi, Ronaldo. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Kate. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Make sure to follow or sub. Glad to have you. Yeah, good luck at work, Baka. You will do amazing today. Like always, I promise. You will do amazing, Ogo, okay? We'll see. Okay. We'll see how long I go, Baka. I've been streaming for 2 hours and my throat really hurts. But if I hopefully I still be streaming by then. Oh, you're kitty meow. That's cool. Hi, Inka. Hi, Yue. Thank you guys for the follows and subs, guys. Glad to have you. Hi, Yue. Yeah, sorry. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you for the well wishes, though. I can't send the link to my game, but I can send you my username if you like. Also, guys, did anybody sub to my Insta? Probably not. Yeah, nobody subs to my Instagram, guys. I'm sad. Why do you guys hate me? Nobody subs to my Instagram, guys. Nobody follows. Sorry, follows, not subs. You guys hate me, I guess. Thank you for the sub, Aurora. Yes, I am a VTuber, Wars. I'm laying back in my chair. Thank you for the subscribe, I forget. What's your Insta? My Insta is Jacknyeko, guys. So my Insta is also Jacknyeko. Oh my god, my microphone. Oh. Okay, guys, my Instagram is Jacknyeko, everyone. If you're curious about my Insta, it's also Jacknyeko. So it's the same thing as my, no. What the hell did it happen like that? I mean, okay. Do you guys hear me? Did it F up? No, I don't think it did. Okay. Hello, make sure to follow us up. Hi, Jacknyeko. Hi, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Again, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for the subs, everyone. Thank you for the follows. Is my voice effed? Hello, welcome. Glad to have you here. How's my voice right now? Hi, Carla. Hi, work. Hi, Luna. How you doing there? Oh, it's fixed. Okay, yeah, my microphone was bad for a second. Guys, again, thank you guys for your donations, follows, and subs. But yeah, if you guys want to help me out, and like I said, if you guys want to follow my Instagram, it's Jacknyeko on Instagram. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Let me see if anybody followed. But yes, it's Jacknyeko on Instagram. I can put it in chat if you guys want. I don't think you guys can follow it, but we'll see. But yeah, here's my Insta. Hi, Def. Thank you for the floating hearts. Glad to have you. Hi, Work Smart. Hi, everyone. Glad to have you. Again, thank you for the follows or subs. Hi, Jay. But yes, go follow my Insta, okay? Waz. I don't really do well in that platform, so. Hi, Work. Hi, Don't Even Bother. Hi, Gumball. How are you? Hi, everyone. Oh, I almost said something. Hi, Froggy. Hi, Farina. I checked my phone for a notification. And then I almost read a news article as a name. That's amazing. I think that means I'm kind of tired. Make sure to follow. Hi, Random. Hi, Lucy. How you doing there? Welcome. Again, thank you for the follows and subs, guys. Hi, Soji. Yes, I am a VTuber, Sarat. I am VTuber. I go meow meow. I am VTuber. Hi, Amelia. Hi, Claudia. Yeah. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Amelia. Hi, everyone. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Sonj. Again, thank you for the subs. If you guys want to join my game, you guys can do that. Hi, Wyatt. How you guys doing? Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th, guy. Oh, god damn it. Happy 4th, guys. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Vermis. Hi, Josh. Guys, make sure to donate. If you guys can donate today, I would really appreciate it. If you guys can't, don't worry. Thank you for the heart, me, Danius. Hi, Icy. Glad to have you here. Hi, I love Tamika. Hi, they make sure to follow or something. Please don't spam, by the way, too many times. I will mute. I don't want to be mean, but sorry, guys. I'm thinking blame boppa, eh. Blame boppa, eh. Blame boppa, eh. Do the dance. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for the heart, me. Hey, you just, hey. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Angelica. Glad to have you. Make sure to follow or some. Hi, if I forgot. How are you doing today? Hi, Kevin. Glad to have you. Thank you. Oh, I think someone did follow my Instagram. Thank you, whoever followed it. I think one person did, so thank you, guys. You make me happy. Let me go check. Yeah, someone followed my Insta. Let's go. I literally in front of you 10 times. I don't talk to people in my game, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean, but I play people. The thing is, like, some people purposely start being annoying if I start, like, so I can't. I meant streaming. Guys, I don't really pay attention to the game. I pay attention to chat, right? So if you want me to pay attention, just talk in chat. I don't really give like extra privilege if you join my game. If you join my game, it's like you can play with me, right? But I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you're joining my game. I'm gonna make sure you feel special. It's like, no. It's like, if you want, talk in my chat, talk in my YouTube chat and say hello. Like, right? That's what I want. I don't like it with people like only like play with me and want to play with me, but actually don't want to watch me, right? Hi Ozzy. Hi, I forgot. Make sure to follow or sub. Okay, I'm getting kind of tired, so I might end in a second so I can go on a walk before I go to bed. Okay, guys, here's my username. If you guys want, oh no, that's not my username, is it? Sorry, that was my Instagram. Guys, go follow my Instagram though. I do appreciate it. Hello, Bucka. How you doing? Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you are new. Hi, Jordy. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Make sure, hi Farin, how you doing? Make sure to follow or sub. Hi Farin, hi Bucka, hi Katie, how are you? Thank you for coming. Hi Amy, hi Strawberry, how are you doing today? Hi Yoshi, how are you? Thank you for coming, guys. Hi Aspen, hi Alwyn. Again, thank you for all the new people. I'm gonna go, bye bye. Thank you guys for coming. You left the stream on accident. I mean, keep the stream on by accident, you know, that's good for me. That's not a bad thing, trust me. Hi, of course, hi Madison. I'm not lying, that's actually pretty good. The algo likes if you keep my stream on by accident because it thinks you're watching. Like, this is like objective. I'm not trying to be weird. Make sure to follow us. I'm glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. And thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. Hello. Hi, Gordon. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys. What was? Oh, I think it's because of crash. Because of the internet. Yeah, I think that's why. I was like, why is this not working? I go check and I'm like, oh, I think it's because of my internet. Hi, everyone. Hi, Addison. Hi, Aspen. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Let's make sure to follow or sub, guys. Glad to have you. Again, thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. Wow, it's head pets. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Paul. Hi, Moonlight. How are you guys doing right now? Thank you, guys. What's the best part of you guys' days, if you guys don't mind me asking? Hi, Aspen. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Babora. Hi, AGB. How you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for the subs again. I do appreciate it. Let's go, guys. Let's get more subs. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Moonlight. Hi, Matthew. How are you? Hi, Leia. Hi, Slicks. I don't know. Yes, I'm Fanboy. Hi, McCarney. Hi, Paul. Hi, AGB. Hi, Moon. Hi, Tobias. Hi, Tano. Hi, Jay. Hi, Farina. Farina's very cool. Again, thank you for the follow, subs, and donations, guys. Hi, Esme. Glad to have you. Thank you guys for coming. Again, thank you. Hi, Katerin. Hi, Eli. How you doing today? Hi, Snake. Hi, Tajira. How you doing today? Make sure to follow her some. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Fiend. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Isaac. Glad to have you. Hi, Kai. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi Kai, make sure to follow us up. Glad to have you here. Hi Esme. Hi K Feroda. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the flowers. Glad to have you here. Thank you though. Thank you Daniel for the GG. Hi, thank you for the flowers, K Feroda. Hi cute cat. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Paula. Hi Snake. How are you? Hi Kuso. Hi Amanda. Hi Cram. How you doing today? Hi Isaac. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Tally, hi Anna, hi AGB, hi Bucka, how you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Hi Amber, hi Daniel, hi. Make sure to follow or sub, guys. Hi Snake, how are you? Hi Tantan, how you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow or sub, guys, if you're new here today. What was? Hi Jennifer, how are you doing today? Hi Leah, glad to have you. Hi David, hi Mango. Thank you for the Rosa, Mango. Glad to have you here. Hi David. Hi Rebecca, hi Paul. I'll subscribe. Thank you for subbing. I do appreciate it. Hi, Daniel. Round and around we go. Holding on to high. I missed the song. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I missed the song. Make sure to follow, guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming today. I really can't thank you guys enough. Wait, what's the best part of your days, if you guys don't mind me asking? But here's what I say. Hello Graham, hi Jana, hi Yatta, thank you for the GG. Mango, thank you for the Rosa, glad to have you. Thank you guys, hi Love, hi Farina, glad to have you. Make sure to follow her some. Hi Luna. Guys, again, thank you guys for everyone here. Guys, if you do want to donate, I really can't thank you guys enough for your donation today. So if anybody wants to give a laughing disco, clapping seal, or something like that, please consider doing so. It really does help me out. Hi Luna. I'm playing Nido Tower. If you guys want to play, here's my username if you guys want to join. Guys, like I said, please don't be like inside me when I play. Like I don't like that. I will block you eventually if you don't listen to the rule. So, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just kind of weird when people are like trying to be inside me. It's like, hi Adrian, glad to have you. Thank you for the followers or subs. Hello, hellos. Hi Ro. Hello, hellos. Again, thank you for the subs and follows. Hi Ima, how you guys doing there? You're new. Hello, how you doing there? Am I a real YouTuber? Yes, I'm real. I'm a human. Hello, hello, I'm human. Hi Yunche. Hello Rasa. I'm getting sleepy though. Again, thank you guys for the donations, Meat Moop. Guys, thank you for the follows too, guys. I really do appreciate it. How many subs are we at now, guys? Hi, Matthew. Hi, Rom. We're currently at 58. Let's go. They don't have a stay hydrated. It's okay. What's a good equivalent to a stay hydrated? I don't know. A galaxy, maybe. Do what you want to donate. Hello, Code. Hi, Blue. Hello, Chief. Congrats on playing with me, man. That's really cool. Hi, Dorito. Hi, Litchi. How are you? Glad to have you. Thank you for the subs and follows, guys. Whoa, round and around we go. Holding. Thank you, Rosie, for the galaxy. I was joking. Holy. Thank you so much, Rosie, for the galaxy. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm a Basil. How you guys doing there? Welcome. Thank you. Hi, Bluebell. How you guys doing there? Welcome to follow. Thank you so much, Rosie, for the galaxy. Holy. Thank you so much for that today. I really can't appreciate you enough for that. Yes, no problem. You also remember me. Yes, you are the person that spams say hydrated me on my YouTube channel. I know who you are. We talked about it. You very much like to keep me hydrated, you know? Make sure to follow or sub. Not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I appreciate those. It does remind me to stay hydrated, I will say that. Which is something I tend to fail to do, so. Let me, actually, speaking of stay hydrated, let me get some water. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Dwayne. Made it to the end? Hi, Skiz. Where's my tag? Oh, wait. I thought I put your tag. Wait, you did it? I didn't even get a notification. Did you? Sorry. Oh, I think, okay. I had your tag on me. I know what happened. My bad. So the donathon's actually over, but I did have your tag on me. I promise you. I can show you how, because I already have the tag pre-made. I just need to find it. But I had it on for like a good 15 days. And you can go check my VODs to double check me to make sure I'm not lying. But I promise you I did have my tag on me. I legitimately did. I could go show you my VODs, but yeah, I mean, it's a donathon, so it's only temporary, right, for the donathon length. Let me go find it. Because I remember you were one of the first people I put on my tags. Unfortunately, my outfit changed, and some of the tags are on, some aren't. Okay, thanks, I believe you. Okay. I'm not trying to like scam you or like lie to you, but I was trying to find it, but it would have took like 20 minutes to find where the tag, because it's in my file and I downloaded a lot this month. But yeah. But it's technically over and I should remove all the tags, but I just forgot to do it. I'll do it after stream, so. Be sure to follow. Glad to have you here. Hope you guys are doing well. Hello guys. Again, thank you for the follows and subs. Please sub or follow if you guys are new. Hi Alexa. Hi Mets. How are you? Hi not Amber. Guys, should I end now? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Should I end? Hi everyone. Glad to have you. Thank you guys. How many subs are we at? We're at 59. Okay. Hi Leon. How you doing there? I don't know. Maybe. I'm tired. Hi Leon. Hi Melly. Hi Till. How you doing there? Welcome. Yes, you can join me. Here's my user if you want to join Ima. There you go. Have fun. There you have fun. It's called a shark. It's not a fish. It's a different, okay? I used to be a cat boy, but when people kept calling me furry every like 2 seconds, so it was like, oh, okay. I mean, that's still a cat boy, but thank you guys for the follows and subs, guys. Hi, Trevor. How are you? Hi, Honored. How you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Nina. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Nugget. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Guys, what's the best part of your day? Hi, Zuma. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Curdy. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, Star. Okay. Thank you guys for subbing and following. I love sharks. Oh, I'm glad you do. That's good to hear. Hi, Maddie. Hi, everyone. Make sure to follow or some. I don't add people, guys. I promise you. I don't want to be mean or like I'm not trying to like lie to you. I just don't add people, guys. I'm not trying to lie. Hi, Litchi. Hi, Lunch. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. And thank you guys for the follows or subs or donations, whatever you guys do. Thank you guys. Hi, Buka. Hi, Cutie. Thank you guys for adding me and saying Avatar is so cute. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. How many subs? Bubba. Guys, follow on TikTok. We're 2 followers away from only being odds. Thank you for the follow. I'm glad to have you. Hi, Dwayne. How are you? Hi, Cultus. Thank you, guys. Hi, Nina. Do you remember me? Yeah, I remember you. I'm Femboy. Hi, Alistair. How you doing there? Hi, Alball. Thank you, guys. Hi, Daniel. How you doing there? Welcome, welcome. Make sure to follow or some. Hi, Dark. Yes, I am one. Hi, Chaos. Hi, Coco. How are you? Hi, Recall. Hi, Cuties. Hi, Coco. Make sure to follow or some. Glad to have you here. I hope you guys are doing good today. Hi, Mattis. Yeah, probably. Hi, Ham. How are you doing today? Sorry. Hi, Cute Cat. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Genie. Hi, Meep. Meep. Hi, Cuckoo. Guys, who's Cuckoo? Thomas! Thank you for the donation. Hamburger. Hamburger indeed. I am American, so we are hamburger country. Thank you, Thomas, for your donation. Thank yous. €2 super chat. Thank yous. Hi, DF. How are you? Okay. I think after this obby level, I'm clearly a bit too tired to be playing right now. Hi, DF. So I'm probably going to take a break after this obby level, but it is very fun. Hi, Recall. I'm going to mute you, actually. I'm going to do the mute you for... Hi, Mehmet. How you doing today? Okay, we beat the obby. Let's go! Make sure to follow it, sub. Oh, God, my mic keeps falling because of the positioning. I don't like it. It keeps falling. Stop falling, microphone. You're stable, unlike me. Okay. Appreciate you guys being here. You guys are very nice and fun to have. I promise you, I really do. Anything fun or exciting you guys are up to? Thank you guys again for coming here today. I really do appreciate it. Whatever you guys are doing, let me know. We can talk to chat for like 2 more minutes. I'm the one who said Fortnite. Oh, that's cool, man. You said Fortnite, I guess. I don't know. Guys, make sure to go check out my Instagram, by the way. It's Jacknyeko on Instagram, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys haven't checked it out yet, and I promise you it's very cool and amazing. I'm trying to grow it still, so if you guys want to help me out, here's my Insta, guys. I don't add people, but if you want to follow my Instagram instead, I would be very happy to have you guys. So anyway, I'm going to be ending. I love you guys. Bye-byes. Thank you guys. I'm going to go to bed and maybe take a walk or go to bed. It depends how I feel. So yeah, bye everyone. Thank you guys today so much again. Wise. Bye-bye.